character staying true to what you said you would do, long after the mood you said it in has left. Because if we only worked on the days when we felt like it, none of us would get much accomplished.
Some of y'all, you still on feelings. When you feel like doing it, you do it. When you don't feel like doing it, you don't. For you, it's a feeling. Your problem is not that you're not excellent. You don't abide in excellence. It's temporary. It's circumstantial. When you want to be excellent, you can. But when you don't feel like being excellent, you don't. You start something, you stop it. You start something, you stop it. You feel good, you do it. You don't feel good, you quit. And for some of you, nothing is sacred for you. There's certain things you'll never have when you stop, start. And you wondering why everybody else getting blessed and I'm not. Because you don't understand covenant. And covenant means when you do it, you can't get out of it. When you do videos every single Monday and ain't nobody paying you. When you come to an engagement and you speak as if you're making the most you've ever made when you're not. When you get up at 6 when you don't have to. Covenant. And there's another level you get to when you go all in. And the greats are the greats because they have a different mentality. For them, it is a way of life. It's what they eat, it's what they sleep, it's what they drink, it's who they are. It possesses them. It's got to possess everything you do. It's got to own you. And I'm telling you today that you can do the unthinkable. You can make all your milestones become a reality if it stopped being a hobby. You're doing it when you feel like it. You're doing it when you get time. You're doing it on your lunch break. You're not serious. You're not eating it. You're not eating it. You're not dreaming it. It's not haunting your dreams at night. For the greats, it's not when the lights come on. When the greats play, it's not for the camera. It's not for the family and the staff. When the greats perform, the way the greats approach the game, they do in practice what they want to do when it's showtime. When the greats approach the game, they got the game before the game. And I watched Kobe lose a game to Miami, and after the game, he practiced for another 2 hours. The greats come early. The greats leave late. The greats give more. The greats give until they don't have no more to give. The real beast is the last 4 minutes. The real beast is when their legs give out. The real beast when they tired. The real beast find a way to pull something out when nobody else ain't got nothing.
I don't care what difficulties you're dealing with. I don't care how many times you failed. Just keep working. Keep working. If you do not stop, if you do not surrender, if you do not quit, you will break through whatever is in front of you. You have to do it so long and so hard with so much effort that whatever that thing is you're up against will know you will not be stopped. You will not be contained.
You have to build the discipline and the grit and the fortitude and the determination and the endurance and the confidence and the ability to execute when conditions aren't ideal to never quit.
Discipline is you do it so long and so hard and you're so passionate about it that even when you don't feel like it, you still operate at the highest level.
And conditions on the path to success will never be perfect. So you have to build yourself into someone who can execute whether it's great times or whether it's bad times. This is the difference between the people that you admire and all the irrelevant people. All the people that you look up to, they have all tripped up. They have all stumbled. They have all had major issues. They have all had major failures, divorces, bankruptcies. They have their lives over and over and over again. The difference is that those people continue to go. And what usually happens is most people start to go down the path and they have one thing happen. And all of a sudden they're saying, well, I guess this wasn't for me then because I didn't hit perfect. Bro, nobody starts out on this path and starts hitting home runs after home runs after home runs. Truly successful people fail far more than they succeed. You just don't see it. You want to be the person who is willing to go out, who's willing to get his kicked day in and day out, who doesn't give if you end up looking stupid for as long as it takes to win. If you can learn to execute the tasks that will get you to where you want to go, regardless of what's happening in your life, regardless of the pain you're feeling in the moment, regardless of what the weather is, regardless of what your boss said, regardless of any outside circumstances, how can you ever lose? You can't.
Right now, we have the most valuable asset on earth on our side, time, but it's running out. And right now, you guys are sitting there And to make that first step towards greatness is the hardest step. But there is one thing harder than that, my friends. It's later in life. As you look back on your life, the windows of opportunity has closed. Your ability is no longer present. And you think back that you could have been great. Right now, you had the ability to never have that debate inside your head. That's the debate you can never win. Now, all that's left is you in a self-arrest, self-corral state, thinking, wow, I could have done something with my life. Now I'm stuck with this whole life I'm in. And you're in here hurting, man. And you're wondering, how do you go on? Better question is, how can you not go on?
You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. It's in your mind right now, but you don't feel like doing it. You don't feel like getting up. You don't feel like doing the work. You don't feel like working hard. And if you don't feel like working hard, if you don't feel like getting up, then you better feel like losing. You better feel like getting weaker, because that's what's going to happen if you don't do what you're supposed to do. And people say, like, what do you tell yourself? I'm not telling myself anything. I'm not allowed to talk.
I'm not trying to convince myself. I'm not trying to negotiate with myself. I'm not debating what I should do. I am executing the plan. You shouldn't have to figure out how to explain to yourself what you need to do. You should just go make things happen. You should just go execute.
Be the guy who executes on your goals every day. Don't be like everyone you know who's going to tell you a bunch of this year and be the same 12 months from now that they are today. Be what it is you claim to be about. Be what it is you truly want to be. If you truly want to be successful, if you truly want to change your life, be about it today. And then when today's over, be about it tomorrow. And when you do that, winning becomes not something that you aspire to do. Winning becomes who you are.
Most people act slow, think slow, don't write down, they don't move quick. If I have an imagination, if I have a vision, but I don't execute, no one will know my name.
Time is running out on you, and you're too slow, you're too casual, you think too much. The separator is going to be who takes massive action quickly. What I've learned about the greats is that they understand it's a sense of urgency, that once the clock goes out, it's a W or an L. You either win or you lose. And so you got to pick up the pace. You walking too slow, pick up the pace. You moving too slow, pick up the pace. You don't have a lot of time. You only got 24 hours. So all of your energy needs to go into your goals. Become decisive, become driven, become ambitious, be competitive. Go get it.
Driven people destroy everything that gets in their way. Let me explain what driven means. How you wake up when the sun don't shine. How you wake up when you just lost your best customer. Don't care. I ain't going down. I'm staying high. At the end of the losers quitting, that's where you'll find the winners. You want to know where the winners are? The millionaires? They're just playing where the quitters left.
The reason I'm successful is because I execute whether I have the fire or whether I don't have the fire. You have the choice to be whatever you want to be. You can choose to have discipline. You can choose to invest in personal development. You can choose how to spend your nights and weekends. You can choose who you surround yourself with. You can choose to go the extra mile for others. You can choose to persevere. You can choose to take pride in every detail. You can choose to be enthusiastic. You can choose to take initiative and do what needs to be done. You can choose to accept responsibility for yourself, your situation, and every situation around you. You can choose to be a lifetime student of success. You can choose to execute day in and day out. You can choose to not cut corners. You can choose to do work. And you can choose success. Your actions make that choice for you every single day. So what's it gonna be?
There's enough out here in life that will bring you to your knees.
It is literally at the darkest moment when it dawns. When I was at my darkest moments, when I was at my lowest places, my darkest days have been my clearest days, my clearest thoughts. My greatest moments didn't come from my greatest moments. My greatest moments came from my greatest defeats. Because it was during my defeat that I had to find a way to get back up. We need defeat. Because iron sharpens iron. Stop tripping when it get dark and you running. You running from your success.
But if you got a dream and you got that vision that make your belly leap, don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Don't let nobody tell you that your dream is not big enough, that it's too small. You gotta keep doing that thing. There's not a dream that has not been fulfilled in my life. And it's because of tenacity, it's because of grit, and it's because I didn't give up.
It's like you have to save your own life. Nobody's gonna be able to save it for you. So we have to do what we have to do, no matter what it is.
Something in this universe, something expects you to become something more. That's why it feels so good to become more, to give more, to do more, to shape more, to break through, to overcome your fears, to strengthen yourself.
You are going to have to understand the concept of 3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
We have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude. That's all we can play. I am convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And when you're in charge of your attitude, you say, if it's hard, then do it hard. I won't allow this to stop me.
Some of you right now, you think the dream's over. No. You just need a new strategy. You just need to pivot. Guess it's over. No. Change your plan up. Don't change the vision up. Guess the business is over. No. Just change your plan up. Change your strategy. Pivot. You might fall down, but you can get back up. Change your approach.
You have something great in you. You can do it. Where you are is temporary. You will not be there for the rest of your life. The first level to success in life is you seeing it.
Winners understand that they're going to win before they even win, because winning is a mentality. Winning is something internal. You got to declare it before you do it.
It's done. Every single day, we're not waiting for it to happen. We just don't have sight. Sight is for people who live in the present. We have vision. We're going to make it happen before it happens. You literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it. I saw myself one day being where I am right now. I don't care where you are. Use what you got to get what you want. Use your mind. Use your vision. Use your dream. I dreamed my way out the hood, and then I saw it, and then I would get up every day, and I would grind hard. You can't win it if you can't see it. The vision. You got to see yourself winning in practice. You got to see yourself winning the game. I was here before I was here. I envisioned it. I saw it already. If you would just believe it before it happens, if you would just believe that your day coming, that the sacrifices you are making today, they gonna pay off. But if you do not believe, it ain't gonna happen.
You're about to give up on your marriage. You're about to give up on the business. You are about to give up on your dreams. And I know it hurts. And I know you don't want to take it anymore, but don't give up.
This fire you're feeling, this frustration you're feeling, this is what is going to make you into the weapon that you are going to become, that will build the life that you are out to build.
When the strong have no more left, they fight, they fight, they fight. The weak, when they have no more left, they quit, they give up, they surrender, they retreat, and there's nothing weak about you.
We take all the negative, we take all the frustration, we take all the things that piss us off, and every single time we feel like quitting, every single time we feel like throwing in the towel, we list down the things that people have said to us, we list down the things that people have done to us, and we find the energy to go take productive action. How powerful could you be as a creator, as someone who's in search of greatness, if you are able to take the positive energy and you're able to use all the frustration, all the anger, all the pain, all the disrespect, all the doubt, and you're able to take all that energy at any given time and then flip it over into something that actually makes you better? How can you compete with someone like that? You can't. Those are the people that win, and that is why they win, and that's why you're gonna win.
What do you do when your battle chooses you? What do you do when something shows up on your doorstep that you did not directly cause, choose, or definitely anticipate?
There's problems that we go through that cause stress, worry, anxiety, and fear, but you might be in the battle of your life. I want to encourage you. It's not about what's happening around you. It's always about what's happening inside of you.
Life is hard sometimes. Easy, it's not an option. It's hard. Keeping your spirits up, getting up every day knowing and feeling that death is watching over you and say, you better sleep with one eye open because I'm waiting on you. It's hard when you're hurting. It's hard. You got bills, you got responsibilities. It's hard. But it's worth fighting. It's worth believing. It's worth giving yourself a chance. It's worth mustering yourself up, standing up inside yourself. It's worth fighting relentlessly, never giving up. You can do it. You can do it.
Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you have to be afraid. Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you have to be discouraged. Just because you have fear doesn't mean fear has to have you.
When you have fear, fear makes you speak in a certain way. When you have fear, but when you have faith, you don't need to count. When you have faith, you don't need to go outside. When you have faith, you don't need to see how many horses. When you have faith, you don't need to see how many armies. When you have faith, you don't need to see how many swords. When you have faith, you don't need to count no shields. When you have faith, you don't need to look at the parameter and see how many against. When you have faith, you just believe and it'll happen.
You gotta get to the point where you don't need a car anymore. You don't need a house anymore. You don't need to be pushed by anybody anymore. Your dreams, your wives gonna push you. Your spouse is gonna push you. Your child is gonna push you. The need to get better is going to push you. Because you're closer than you're ever going to be, it's gonna push you. You don't need anything to push you. Your goals are gonna push you. Your dreams are gonna push you. The opportunity of a lifetime that happens in this particular time frame is gonna push you. It's gonna drive you. It's going to make you better.
You gotta tell life, I don't know who you've been dealing with, but you ain't dealt with me. You gotta tell bankruptcy. You gotta tell divorce. You gotta tell sickness. I don't know who you've been dealing with, but you come up against the wrong one this time.
If you are willing to grind, you can start from nothing. When I talk about beast mode now, I'm talking about the ant that's very small, but that can probably lift 100 times his weight. I'm saying that some of you in this room, you might not be a lion yet. Some of you in this room, you might be an ant. You might have small beginnings. You might not have a lot of money. You might not have a lot of resources. You might be the ant, and the ant has very little, but he's determined. He's strong. He has a dream and a goal, and he'll do whatever it takes.
Many of you right now, life's got you up against the rope, and you gotta do me a favor. Like, you can't give up. You can't give in. Listen to me, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And if life's got you backed up, I need you to start fighting back.
When the going get tough, the tough get going. When you go through the valley, when you have been knocked down, when you know what it is to be destroyed, when you know what it is to be wiped out by life, no one can take that from you.
If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless, that I ate out of trash can. I love dealing with a dude who think because he come from money, he better than me. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog?
There's certain things when you privilege that mama can buy you, but you can't buy grit, and you can't buy grind, and you can't buy resilience, and you can't buy heart, and you can't buy that dog. I got this dog for being homeless. I'm getting paid now because the homelessness didn't break me.
Come on, you need to remember, this is not the first time you cried. This is not the first time you were short of breath. This is not the first time you didn't see a way clear. This is not the first time you were hurt. This is not the first time your heart was broken. This is not the first time you didn't have enough money. This is not the first diagnosis that came up from behind.
Say, I'm gonna live to tell the story. This too shall pass. I will remain. I'm not gonna quit. Every one of my burdens, there's a blessing on the inside of it. If you don't quit, you will win, baby. Just keep coming back. If you got nothing left to give, just show back up. Half of life, man, is just showing up.
I couldn't give up. Homeless, I still couldn't give up. I'm one class shy, the PhD. I can't give up. Why? Because the value, what it's worth, what I put in too much. I've given too much. I sweat too much. I've given up sleep. I've given up friendship. I've given up so much stuff that I had to get back later. Why? Because the value, I put too much in it. What's it worth to you?
What does it cost? What price have you paid for it? What has it cost you? And if it costs you something, then you better not quit until you get a harvest. You better not quit till it's fully developed. You better not quit in the midst of the process. I need you to speak victory. I don't care what's going on around you. I need you to speak victory. I need you to talk victory. I don't care what your circumstances are. I don't need you to speak your reality. If you broke, you ain't got to tell the whole world you broke. I need you to speak victory. I need you to say I'm going to graduate when you can't even see it. I need you to say my book will be finished. I'm an author long before it's finished. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You have to speak it and say it's so that can become a reality. Because if you can speak it, if you can say it, you're going to eventually get to it.
Small daily acts of improvement, when done consistently over time, lead to staggering results.
Some of y'all soft. There's no better word for it. You're soft. You want to be a champion, but you don't want to work like a champion. Show up. A real man in the dark, when nobody's watching, he putting in work.
The heart of a champion is a light switch that's always on. It doesn't go on and off when someone's watching. It's constant.
Every single one of you has an opportunity every single day to make these small daily acts of excellence, optimization, and creativity that will ultimately build a life of greatness. How do you build a great company? It's not by revolution, it's by evolution. How do you build a legendary life? It's about what you do every single day with utter consistency that over time creates mastery.
If you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. So clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit. Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape.
You will never pick up any momentum because you keep doing something different every single day. You have to find a routine and stick with it. If you hit a tree 1,000 times in 1,000 different spots, there's no guarantee it's gonna fall. But if you hit a tree 1,000 times in that same exact spot, she gonna come to the ground. Your problem is you did hit it 1,000 times, but in 1,000 different places. Stop trying to be deep. I need you to do the exact same thing every single day for the next 10, 15, 20 years and watch that tree come down. Every single day, stick with it. Don't rush the process, trust the process. Don't rush the process, trust the process. Don't rush the process, trust the process. Get that one thing you're good at. Get that one thing you're passionate at and stick with it. Stop starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping. If you master one thing, if you get there, I'm telling you, you can have what you want.
You can screw it up. You can skip a day or two.
Yeah, out of 365 days, you're gonna have a bad day or two, but I'm trying to tell you, the strength is in the routine.
What are you supposed to do when you fall off the path like that? What action should you take? Should you sit there and dwell and think about it forever? No! When you fall off the path, what you do is you get right back on the path.
The path of responsibility, hard work, and sacrifice. The path of discipline, humility, and ownership that ultimately leads to freedom.
You think things are gonna just go your way? Well, they're not gonna just go your way. You think things are gonna just happen for you? Well, they're not just gonna happen for you. You gotta make them happen.
To do whatever it takes. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream. And every single day, you gotta wake up and put forth effort. And your grind has to match your dream. You can't play as much as you used to play. You can't go where you used to go. You can't do what you used to do. And now you gotta push your grind up to match your dream. I need you to pick your grind up. I need you to pick your grind up. There's nothing wrong with your dream. You have a great dream, but your grind does not affect your dream.
You gotta build that momentum. Sometimes it ain't about being the most talented. Sometimes it ain't about being the smartest. Sometimes it's not even about working the hardest. Sometimes it's about consistency. Just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and never stop. You never give up and never quit. Day after day, play after play, second after second. When you get to a place where you work and you take your work serious and you put some consistency with your work, when you put so much time in, so much effort in, that what happens is your work starts to work for you. The effort that you put forth, the things that you do, because of the work you put in, things just start happening for you. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. Stay predictable, stay consistent, and when you embrace the grind will reward you.
The process of getting better and becoming the best at what it is that you do is painful. It's excruciating. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. And there's a reason why there is the phrase growing pains. Losers want to be coddled. They want to be comfortable. Winners want to be pushed and put through the pain because they know that going through that pain is going to produce the best possible product in themselves. So which one of these people are you? Are your feelings so delicate and so sensitive that you're going to let you getting your little delicate feelings hurt get in the way of becoming what it is you wish to become? Or do you say, you know what, ego, there's no pain, there's no gain? Which one of those people are you? Because I can tell you one is going to always be average and one is going to always end up being elite.
In order to get a breakthrough, no breaks. You gotta grind. You gotta go through setbacks and disappointments. You gotta go through it. So it's not gonna be easy, but I'd rather take my breakthrough than to take a break. I need you to power through it. I need you to pray through it. I need you to encourage yourself through it. I need you to do whatever it takes, because if you don't take a break, I promise you, your breakthrough is coming.
The reason most people fail is because they give up what they want most for what they want now.
So often the easy path that calls to us to be weak for that moment, to break down for that moment, to give in to the desire and the short-term gratification. But the discipline will not allow that. Discipline means taking the hard road, the uphill road, to do what's right.
Discipline is doing what you said you were gonna do when you don't feel like doing it, when you felt like doing it in the first place. That's all it is. When you fell in love with it, you were just like, let's go. But then stuff's gonna happen. Discipline means that you dominate when you feel like it and you dominate when you don't feel like it.
The discipline calls for strength and fortitude and will. It won't accept weakness. It won't tolerate another breakdown. The discipline can seem like it's your worst enemy. But the reality is, discipline is your best friend. It will take care of you like nothing else can.
It's so easy to put things off. So easy to say, you're gonna do it tomorrow. Well, I want you to reprogram your brain and tell yourself that tomorrow is not a viable option. Tomorrow doesn't work. You do it today. You get it done today. That's what you do.
Tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today. If you want it to happen, get your butt up and make it happen. If you want it to happen, rise and grind.
You've got to outwork, outlast, and outperform the person you were yesterday, becoming better than your past self. When you continue to do that day after day after day, you're unstoppable. You're on a relentless pursuit of excellence, and the only way to get to that point is by disciplining yourself every single day of your life, no matter what.
If you don't improve your skill, if you don't do everything you can, if you don't stop cutting corners, stop taking it easy, stop letting that little voice win the war in your brain that says, tomorrow, I'll start Monday. It's not that big of a deal. Give yourself a break. You work really hard. You deserve this. If you don't silence that voice, you will lose everything. No compromise, no exceptions, ever. That's the test you have to pass in order to earn your way into the life that you desire. It's an opportunity to prove to everyone else, but most importantly, yourself, what you are really made of. It's an opportunity to prove that you're a winner. It's an opportunity to prove you are what you say you are in your head when you look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror and you say, there goes a, you actually believe it.
I know you're great, and I dare you to be great. I challenge you to be great. I challenge you to be great in every single thing you do. You gotta learn to close your ears to everybody. You gotta learn to close your ears to everything. You gotta learn to block out the distractions, and you gotta learn to get focused, all right? Discipline is you do it so long and so hard, and you're so passionate about it that even when you don't feel like it, you still operate at the highest level.
Embrace the process, trust the process, but most importantly, you gotta respect the process. Talent will never supersede it.
Nothing great comes from a position of comfort. Everything worthwhile, everything that is great comes from being uncomfortable. And if you can get used to being uncomfortable, your limits are non-existent.
It's easier to watch greatness. It's easier to go see greatness than it is to put in the time, to put in the energy, to discipline yourself, to sacrifice. It's easier. And so that's why you average. And so you're frustrated because you're not living like you should live. You can't stay where you are and go where you're trying to go. Many of you love your comfort zone too much. You love it. You love security too much. And I'm telling you, you can stay where you are. You can. But you can't stay where you are and try to go where you're going.
You have to do the things that you don't feel like doing because you know it needs to be done.
I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, come on, quit, stop playing. I deserve to see what my life would look like if I gave 120%.
I made my last excuse yesterday. I came up with my last reason yesterday of why I can't do what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, I don't feel so good today. Get your lazy sick out of bed. Your only commitment is to the activity, not to the grand scheme, not to the big picture. It's to do the thing.
Everything that's keeping you from doing what you're supposed to do, I need you to put it behind you and say, yesterday was the last day for that foolishness. Yesterday was the last day to say, I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have what it takes. I'm not smart enough. No more defeats. No more defeats, man. You can do it. You can make it happen, but you can't do it procrastinate. All I want you to do is what you said you were going to do. I want you to stop talking about it. I want you to stop telling people about it and get it done, whether you feel like it or not.
Life is going to beat you to the ground. Life will break you. Just when you think you've been through the most hell you'll ever face, it'll hit you even harder. And you'll think about quitting every single day.
I know what it's like to wake up every day with a sense of dread, and you don't know how you're gonna make it, and you're all alone. And you've got to say to yourself, when you fail again and again, after facing rejection after rejection, many times with tears in your eyes, it's possible. When life knocks you down, sometimes you gotta take 2 steps back in order to move forward.
When you're in that darkness, it's very easy to think you're hopeless. It's very easy to believe it's over for you. It's very easy to feel defeated. It's very easy to sit there and hope that something or someone will come and save you. But the truth is, you gotta save yourself. You can't sit there and wait for the light to come. You've got to move forward and step your way into the light. That darkness is temporary, and you can fight your way out of it. It only takes willpower.
You think this is it for you? This is far from it. You gotta change your mindset. You gotta start thinking in ways you haven't thought before. You gotta start seeing possibilities for your life you haven't seen before.
You can achieve more than you think you can. You're capable of things that would surprise yourself.
You've got to start using your mind to find new ways to break through all these roadblocks in front of you. When you have the will, you'll find a way. And there is always a way. You can get through whatever is in front of you if you decide to.
You just gotta stand for what you believe in and don't let anything turn you around. This is your life. This is your dream. Nobody's gonna fight for what you want more than you. If it's gonna happen, it's up to you to make it happen. If you can focus on finding those ways to win and stop focusing on the ways you're losing, you can make it.
Everything in your way is just life testing you. Do not fail the test. Rise up and destroy these barriers.
The people who win, the most common trait they have is they find solutions, while the losers find problems.
The winners are relentlessly working to move their lives into a better state of being. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about the odds. All they do is make a plan and execute the plan.
If you change your way of thinking and start seeing the possibilities for you and your current situation, you'll start moving toward victory and away from feeling helpless.
But you have got to affirm to yourself that you have what it takes to get through this. Your mind and spirit need to be aligned in the feeling of certainty that I will not stop until I succeed. I will make it happen, no matter what it takes, that this is nothing but a temporary inconvenience. There is nothing that can stop me from reaching my dream.
Most people won't do that. Most people give up so easily. They never use the real power inside them to do anything great because they can't see those possibilities for their life.
Your vision and your perspective of how you see your life is what dictates what you become. If you only ever see yourself as doing just enough to get by, that's all you'll ever achieve. But if you see yourself doing massive things, living beyond what other people could possibly conceive, that's exactly what you'll get. Where your focus goes, your energy flows.
So when you're going through turbulence on your path to success, you've got to hold that vision firmly in your mind.
Don't allow this negative world to throw you off course. Hold the vision and keep walking toward it.
Your mind is your strongest weapon. It has the ability to adapt to any level of pain or difficulty imaginable. It's up to you to harness its power and use it to create new things for you.
You can become more creative, more intelligent, more unstoppable. It's only a matter of your mind. You control your mind, you control your life.
And when you control your mind, there is nothing out of reach for you. You can be, do, and have whatever you want. The only one who can stop you is you.
Some of you have had a marriage fall apart. Some of you have been disappointed in a dream, in a desire, in a goal, in an ambition. And things just haven't worked out the way you wanted them to. And you're starting maybe to feel sometimes a little hopeless. It'll never change. I'll never change. Nothing's ever going to be any different.
And we rationalize with ourselves to where we automatically stop. That's why a bunch of us give up so much in life so quickly. But suppose I told you the greatest pain of my life is the reason I'm standing here today. See, sometimes we think the pain is what controls us. It's actually our subconscious mind. That if we ever tapped into that, that's what dictates most of our lives. If you don't control pain, it'll control you. What is it that will make it worth it for you? To face the rejections, to brainstorm and not be intimidated and say, I can do this. What is it that will make it worth it for you to raise the bar on yourself and say, I got some more stuff in me? What is it that will make it worth it for you to know your vitamin, that you become empowered by it? What is it that will make it for you when you want to give up and things are working against you? What is it that will help you get back up again?
When everything's relaxed and peaceful. Yes, we know what we want to be. We know the person we want to become, right? It's very easy to calculate it in that rhyme to reason when nothing's on the line. But as soon as the heart starts to race, or the bill and the pressure of the lifestyle, the wife, the family, or the job, all of a sudden, we start to settle.
I don't want to be that person that's great when everything is going all good, but when something goes wrong, they flee and they want nothing to do with it. I want to be that person that's going to show up rain, sleet, or snow, and they're going to give you everything they got. You got to take my life before you take my drive. I'm talking concrete commitment. I'm talking a commitment that says, I am going to stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left. Because character is not something we inherit. Character is something we gotta wake up every single day, we gotta fight it, we gotta build it. In the midst of adversity, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of failures, we gotta get up every single day and we gotta fight for peace. We gotta fight for happiness. We gotta fight for joy.
Don't quit, don't give up, don't be a victim, don't take the easy path, don't squander this life. Instead, live with fortitude.
There's times when you think, is there anything that can justify as to why I'm always going through something?
Sometimes nothing ever makes sense that you're going through. I'm going through hurt, I'm going through pain, there's death in my family, there's sickness everywhere. But I tell you what, you can't throw in the towel. It just means it's time for you to fight harder. It's time for you to stand tall. Lift your heads to the sky and say, I will overcome this. I will fight back. There's always something good that can come from bad.
We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where people want instant gratification. They want it right now. No, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's a system that if you work the system, it works if you work it. But make no mistake about it, it's hard. And you are the determining factor. The people that make it in this world look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's you that you must take personal responsibility to make it happen. It's hard. No, easy is not an option. However, ladies and gentlemen, what you will discover is that it's worth it.
If people ask you, say, how you doing? Even if you're having some difficult times, say, I'm blessed and highly favored. Because anytime you wake up and you don't have a white chalk outline around your body, it's a great day. And so I say to you, it's possible you can live your dream if it's becoming a diamond, if it's having more, it's achieving more, it's being a better father, being a better mother, whatever it is, it's possible you can live your dream. It's necessary that you have a plan of action, that you're resilient, that you stick to, and you work with the system, that you have the vision and never give up, that you become creative and relentless and keep on coming back again and again and again, and that it's you that you got to take personal responsibility to make it happen, and that it's hard, easy is not an option, and when life knocks you down, jump back up and say, it's not over until I win.
I hate when people give 70%, but they want the life of somebody that's giving 100%. I challenge you, your life is where it is because of the percentage that you're giving. If you hit a tree 1,000 times in 1,000 different spots, the tree is not gonna fall. But if you hit a tree 1,000 times in that same exact spot, it's gonna come to the ground. Your problem is you did hit it 1,000 times, but in 1,000 different places. I need you to do me a huge favor, stop trying to be deep. I need you to do the exact same thing every single day for the next 10, 15, 20 years and watch that tree come down. And watch you go from zero to a multi-million-dollar company. Nothing's changed, guys. I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing 20 years ago. I just keep doing it. And your problem is you're not intentional and deliberate. You wake up on Monday and you might be strong, but by Wednesday, are you hearing what I'm telling you? You're not intentional and deliberate. You are hoping that the best is going to happen to you, and the best never happens to you. You got to be intentional and deliberate, whether you're making money or not making money. You got to decide that you're going to do something, and you got to do it every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday. The problem with some of you in this room, you're not intentional and deliberate. You're a good person that just hopes the good stuff is going to happen to you.
You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. All the homies texting and calling and trying to make you feel bad about being so focused. It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future.
There's only two ways you can be. You can be the person who learns a little bit, who does a little bit, and then who decides that this really isn't for them and moves on to something else and repeats that cycle over and over and over again. Or you can be the person who's committed. You can be the person who says, this is going to fucking work no matter what happens. No matter how frustrated I get. No matter how angry I get. No matter what happens in the world. No matter what, I'm fucking doing this. Those are the people that are going to win.
You gotta stop telling yourself that you're doing enough. You have to do more. In life, it's never enough until you feel this overwhelming feeling of, man, I'm outworking the crowd. I'm outworking everybody. I'm doing more. Once you get there, that's when you know you've done enough. You gotta do your best work when you're least motivated. So those days you know when to do it, you gotta second the up to do it.
People who do stuff consistently and on time, they surpass people who talented and gifted.
You guys have got to believe in yourself. Headstrong, mentally tough. It's the only way through the bullshit here in life. Winners, the difference between them and the spectators is that the winners have a belief that overrides the crowd's disbelief every single time. Their belief is so strong, even though they hit failure, they get knocked on the ass. They're finding the personal fortitude to stand back up again, face that same challenge, learning from the previous mistakes, and make it happen. Winners fail a million times. What makes them a winner is that they believe it, they're headstrong. Nothing's gonna stop them. There is no excuse for not being the hardest worker. Yeah, someone might be bigger, stronger, faster, quicker, younger, whatever else, but there is no excuse to not be the hardest f***ing worker there. No longer are we going to accept rhymes and society's rhyme the reason that we are average. Average is a weak mentality. We must believe it so much so that we're arrogant about it. We must be pissed off for excellence.
The easy route never pays well. The only route in life that pays well is the hard route.
When you're working out and you want to die, feel the death happening in you. Feel the pain happening in your legs as you rep out one more squat, because it'll be all the more pleasurable when you reach the inevitable other end of the spectrum where you're laying in your hammock, sipping on a protein shake. Boy, I really went hard. I really went hard on that set. I really went hard in school. I really went hard in my career. I really went hard in life. Go hard. Die hard.
Life can throw you some curves. And it's not just the things that you see coming, but sometimes it's the things that you didn't see coming that hit you out of nowhere, that set you back in such a way that it seems like you can't get over. And you've reached your limit and your bandwidth is full. And you already said, I can't take another thing. And then out of nowhere, here comes something you didn't see coming and you're in it.
And in your homes, somewhere in your heart, these words are echoing. Am I going to make it?
When you get into a tight spot and everything goes against you until it seems that you cannot hold on for a minute longer, never give up then, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. There are times when your energy feels so depleted that you want to give up, that it looks just totally impossible. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, don't give up then. That's when you've got to fall forward, when life is kicking dirt in your face. Don't give up then. That's when most people turn back.
As long as you're alive, there is hope.
You're still alive. You're still here.
It's never too late, and it's never too dark, and we can always turn things around.
There's going to be bad days, there's going to be dark days, but you got to embrace it, because that pain is what makes you stronger.
Pain is the high cost of growth. If you want to grow up, you want to be mature, there is no way to do it without pain. You can't grow up on easy street. And the very thing that discourages you is the very thing that develops you.
What I need you to do is I need you to find a reason to keep going. And if you can find a reason to keep going, I know you're strong enough to do it because you're human. And every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive.
You have the opportunity to show the world what you are really made of.
And there are those of you were this close, but you compromised. You let your feelings get the best of you. And you let a little pain stop you from your dream. Girl, you was there. You was running your business. You were there. I didn't quit because people didn't understand. I worked harder when people didn't support me. You better grind, because if you don't, you will be stuck at that adversity for the rest of your life. Whatever it is, you'll be stuck there. Why don't I get something for it? You ain't got to have the best head in life. You ain't got to start with the two-parent background. You ain't got to start with wealth. You ain't got to start with your parents graduated. It's not the hand that you dealt. It's how you play your hand.
When people die or people get sick or something happens in your life, if all you're doing it for is a car and a house, that can stop you. But if you're doing it for your mom, for your siblings, for your family, for your community, nothing can stop you. You cannot be broken. When you have an intrinsic goal, when you're doing it because you value it, when you're doing it because you can, when you're doing it because it represents who you are, when it's internal, nothing can stop you. No mountain, no trial, no tribulation, nothing can stop you when it's deeper than just money and stuff. I can. I will. I must. It's going to rain sometimes. I will. You're going to feel discouraged sometimes. I will. No matter what the obstacle, I will. I will. I will. I must.
What's that thing that's gonna pump you up and get you over that mountain? What's gonna pump you up and get you past that disease? What's gonna pump you up and get you past bankruptcy? What's gonna pump you up and get you to the other doggone side? Despite the circumstance, you can win. Despite the adversity, you can win. I'm trying to tell you, you can win. I'm trying to tell you, I don't care how big the giant is, you can win. I want you to go in confidence that you've never had before. And every giant in your life, slay him. You go back and slay him. Don't kill him, slay him.
My glory doesn't happen in front of a crowd. It doesn't happen in a stadium or on a stage. There are no medals handed out. It happens in the darkness of the early morning, in solitude, where I try, and I try, and I try again, with everything I have to be the best that I can possibly be, better than I was yesterday. Better than people thought I could be, better than I thought I could be. Then claim one victory that no one can ever take away from me, ever. A victory that is earned every single day. A victory of determination and will and discipline. A victory achieved because I will not stop.
It's the character of who you are. It's not the title that makes you. It's not the success that makes you. The character defines the success, defines the fame, and it starts right there. Championships aren't won in the theater or the arena. They're won in the thousands of hours in the training room, in the labs, in the 5 a.m. runs, and it's raining, when everyone else is sleeping. That's when it's won. How you hold yourself in the small things of life. Build the character winning blocks of the things that we'll remember for. Do the job right or don't do it at all. That's the same person who has his hand raised on the podium one day. Same motherfuckers. It's how you look at something. If your name's attached to it, that you do it right. The best of your ability every single time.
Some of y'all so caught up on the game that you don't get it. It is in practicing. It is in eating right. It is in making good decisions that you look a certain way. It is how you practice. It is what you do that makes you look like you look. It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. It's not the game. And that's why most of y'all get beat in the game or make mistakes in the game, because you think grinding is what happens when the sun comes out. You think grinding is what happens when the lights come on. You think grinding is what happens when people get in the stage. That's not grind. The real grind is in the dark when nobody sees you, when nobody knows what you're doing. When you studying without coach, when you putting in those extra reps, when you watching those videos and you getting inspired, when you change your music, it's the process that makes you sweet. And the problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind, because this is my time. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today.
It begins right now with no one looking, man. And how you hold yourself, how you see yourself. What do you do when no one's watching? If you do it then, I guarantee you, you'll be doing it when everyone's watching.
When nobody's watching, in those early mornings, when it's dark, it's wet, it's cold, you feel tired, you feel sore, it's warm on the couch, what do you do then?
I know everybody ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. This is how you level up. I know there's a whole bunch of people with that right there. That fires me up. That brings joy to my life right there. Because I know there's so many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch. Refuse to study a few more hours. Refuse to go deeper, to go further. And that's where I gain the advantage.
No one goes the extra mile and keeps going. I feel like this next generation that's coming up, they seem like a bunch of puppies to me.
It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely. Now I thrive in that. That's the only place to be.
There's never been more opportunity than there is right now. If you're a savage and you get out there and you grind hard and you want it bad enough, you can run all these guys over, man.
I was never the strongest guy. I'm not the fastest guy. Not the smartest guy. But I will work, and I will work hard.
I'll never be in the Olympics. I'll never be a professional athlete.
but still I grind. I fail at most things I do, but still I grind. I don't want to do half the shit I do, but still I grind. And that one day, you see me down a dark alley, running at 1 o'clock in the morning, know one thing, I was grinding.
I will be up when my competitor's asleep. I will be up when my enemy is curled up in bed. I will be up getting after it.
If you can't right now, there's no one looking, man.
If no one was looking, I had a chance to sneak in some extra work. To do a little bit more while no one's looking. They'll think I'm better than I am. So I recommend you do that right now. No one's looking, you're home alone, do more!
Do I like the long hours? No. Do I like having to watch a game at 3 o'clock in the morning? No. But I have to be prepared because I'm addicted to the result.
If today you never say good enough, tomorrow you'll always have enough. Championships aren't won in the theater or the arena. They're won in the thousands of hours in the training room, the labs, and the 5 a.m. runs, and the training when everyone else is sleeping. That's when it's won. The heart of a champion is a light switch that's always on. It doesn't go on and off when someone's watching. It's constant. Champions aren't found on the podium with their hand up. No, champions are found in the lab studies, the thousands of hours of hard work when no one's watching. That's what makes the will unstoppable. When you're here and no one else is, and you're pushing yourself harder than anybody with no one around. It's how you look at something. If your name's attached to it, then you do it right. The best of your ability every single time. If you're dusting your countertops, do you dust around the picture frame, or do you pick the up and dust the entire thing? Do the job right or don't do it at all. That's the same person who has his hand raised on the podium one day.
How you hold yourself in the small things of life. Build the character-winning blocks of the things that we're remembered for. And it begins now with no one looking. How you hold yourself. How you see yourself. What do you do when nobody's watching? If you do it then, I guarantee you'll be doing it when everyone's watching.
Execute, execute, execute. And that's what people don't do. They don't execute. Making a freaking plan is the easy part. And you have to understand, if you don't execute on the plan, if you don't get up in the morning when you're feeling tired, scared, if you don't execute, you're not just cheating yourself. You're cheating your family. You're cheating your employees. You're cheating your team. Whatever you're a part of, it's bigger than you, man.
Nobody wants to do it. That's the thing. When you look at someone and you say that man or that woman has something that I don't have, nobody woke up with it. They got it from showing up every day and executing. And especially when they don't feel like it. You think that this just happens. You think, I'm going to show up, I'm going to put in my time, and then I'm going to be rich. And that ain't what happens. Everyone's always looking for other people to do stuff for them. Stop looking for help from everybody else. It starts and ends with you. You've got to do more. You've got to become valuable. You've got to understand that what you get paid to do is the minimum. And everything on top of that is your investment in your future.
So if you're going to stand out, don't do the same thing that everybody else is doing.
Separate yourself. You playing against other teams and you doing exactly what they're doing. Separate yourself. Stop doing what they doing. If you stop doing what they doing, you're going to be a champion. Stop following. No more following. No more doing what everybody else is doing. Set the doggone standards. It's time for y'all to set the standard.
If you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it and mastering myself and seeing what I have within me, I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. All of us need some area of our lives where we can have a feeling of competence. That people know when they think about this area, that's something you do. That you eat and sleep that. And that you do that. You do that. And people know it. If you begin to work to develop your gifts, you'll develop a strong sense of happiness. You'll get a larger vision of yourself.
The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender.
Everything you do it like this is the last time you're gonna do it.
If you're in bed right now and you're rolling around, you can't fall asleep, get the probably means you haven't done an honest day's work to earn that rest at night. I can put an honest day's work in here that more than anyone does in a week, and no one sees it because it's supposed to be that way. This is the means to the ends. It's not the ends. And you're not in here to get an achievement. You're in here to pay your dues so later in life you never wonder what it.
You know what you got to do to get to paradise? You got to fight like get to paradise. The ones that can fight, the ones that come back, those are the ones that succeed. Those are the icons of the world. There's many legends out there. There's very few icons.
Do I want to be here right now? No, I don't want to be here right now. I'm much rather be home watching the game. But later down the road, I don't want to always watching the f***ing game. One day I want to play the game. So by being here now ensures that I'm not going to be a spectator for the rest of my life. That's why I love the f***ing pain and progress.
It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. It's not the game. And that's why most of y'all get beat in the game or make mistakes in the game, because you think grinding is what happens when the sun comes out. You think grinding is what happens when the lights come on. You think grinding is what happens when people get in the stage. That's not grind. The real grind is in the dark when nobody sees you. When nobody knows what you're doing, when you studying without coach, when you putting in those extra reps, when you watching those videos and you getting inspired, when you change your music, it's the process that makes you sweet.
The real battleground is in your mind.
You got people betting against you. They're like, he ain't gonna do it. I bet there's a person inside of you that says, nah, you're not gonna do this. You're gonna have to fight that. You know who my own worst enemy is? Freaking me.
This battle has no opponent. It is only you versus you.
The only thing that beats you is you. The only thing that can stop you is you.
You guys got a person inside of you, and that's the old you. Like, dude, I got a person right here that's standing back here in this mirror waiting for me to backpedal and go back to my old life. I see it every day. I'm gonna keep outgrowing, I'm gonna keep moving. Ain't no way I'm going back there.
And those little things, those little menial tasks that add up, you have to execute them. And when your brain tells you that you got a great reason today not to do it, and you want to listen to your brain, because your brain doesn't want you to be a big success. Your brain just wants to keep you alive. Your brain doesn't about your little dreams. It's gonna lie to you, it's gonna trick you.
And you know what it sounds like? Train smarter, not harder. No! Actually, keep training hard.
If you're totally committed, what do? I always tell people, if you want to take the island, burn the boats. Because as long as there's a way out, our brains will take it.
I gave myself no way out, and my mind realized that. It's okay. We're going to adapt and overcome now. Because he is not going to stop.
You need to win battles in order to win the war. You need to get out of bed, you need to run, you need to work out, you need to read and study and practice, and you need to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. And I know that can be hard. That's why people lose the war.
Your feelings will never cooperate with your dream. You have to reserve your feelings and do it anyway.
The daily fight is a challenge.
That's right. It's gonna suck. Doesn't matter. Work harder. When something sucks, good. It's gonna make me tougher. It's gonna give me a good story to tell. It's gonna toughen my mind. I don't negotiate with weakness. I'm not trying to convince myself. I'm not trying to negotiate with myself. I'm not debating what I should do. I am executing the plan. And I recommend that you do the same. Don't talk. Go execute.
Easy choices lead to a hard life. Hard choices lead to an easy life.
You may not want to fight that battle, but you need to. You need to know your strategic goals, and you need to know why they are important, and then you need to get up, get out of your damn bed, get off your phone, and get to work.
Hard work works. And you know what's great about our culture, y'all? The world's lazy. It's a good thing for you and me. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody will talk about it. Everybody will post about it. But nobody wants to roll up their sleeves and just go get it.
You can change you. You'd be surprised how good you'd be if you just decide to win. Be number one in your office, number one in your region.
It takes a want to become a number one. Number ones never cut corners. Number ones never take breaks. Number ones don't drop the ball. They are on it, they have a sense of urgency, they care, and they're going to get everything done that they need to get done to win.
Your success is going to be predicated more than anything on your hunger and desperation level and your ability to get laser focused and eliminate the distractions in your life.
We think if we got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You gotta drop your entitled mindset.
It's not acceptable. You need to work harder. You need to discipline your mind better.
ABD, you always be developing. If you're not developing, you're losing.
Study yourself the way the best hedge fund managers study stocks, and look how quickly you'll start changing many of your bad habits with good ones.
Work harder on you. Go invest in you. That's the best investment. Develop your skills. If you're the best doctor or lawyer or salesperson or whatever, it doesn't matter what happens to the economy. You're going to do well, and it gets better with time.
Most people work the hardest when trying to reach the top. Once they can get to that $100,000, once they get to that $1 million, they've worked as hard as they can work. The great ones work even harder after they get to the 100,000, harder after they get to the million, harder after they're famous, harder after they've got a big following, harder after they get that promotion. The great ones work even harder after they get what they want.
You already know what works. You know what to put in your body. You know how to treat your body. You know what to put in your brain. You know how you should be using the hours that you have. It's just getting yourself to actually do it.
That is how successful people become successful people. They pay the price other people aren't willing to pay. They understand what they have to do, that they're going to have to do the pain. But what they also understand is they're not willing to settle for anything less than what they want. If you want to dictate the life on your terms, if you want to dictate the success that you're going to create, and if you're ambitious to the point where you're not satisfied with living the status quo, you've got to learn to master that everybody else thinks is irrelevant. When you start working nonstop and pushing yourself every single day, your life is going to get better. There is no question.
It's hard. It's hard living your dream. It's hard changing your life. It's not easy reaching your goal. There are times when you're looking at it and you say, I know I need to do this, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. See, most people want it easy. Easy come, easy go. It's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. Doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. Because when we seek the low road, when we seek the easy road, when we decide to go through life evading or avoiding things because they're hard, that's when we are really evading our own greatness. So you cannot discover yourself. You cannot discover the greatness that you have within you. You cannot begin to expose yourself to new parts of yourself, of talents and skills and abilities you have, going through life trying to make it by easily. You can't learn good horsemanship by riding a tame horse. It won't happen like that. Airplane has to have resistance of the air in order to fly. So in order for us to begin to do what we need to do, we need to embrace the fact that it's hard, not avoid it. You got to fortify yourself and say, come on with it. I've got to step into it.
Every freaking day of your life, live uncomfortable, run to pressure. Every single thing in your life that's hard, run to it. Get in it. Test yourself. That looks hard. Good. Go get in it. This is an opportunity for me to grow.
If you never step out of your comfort zone, you're going to be very uncomfortable later.
You're going to have a hard life at some point. Some of you guys, you're like, dude, I ain't willing to do that right now. Cool. Someone else less talented than you is going to do it. And then you're going to look up in 2 years and you're going to wish you'd have done it. Everything that you want and need in your life is always going to be on the other side of being uncomfortable. I need you to fall in love with being uncomfortable.
Because the process of getting better at what it is that you do is painful. It's excruciating. And there's a reason why there is the phrase growing pains. Losers want to be coddled. They want to be comfortable so it doesn't ruffle their little delicate feathers. Winners, they're able to push their personal feelings aside. They say, you know what, so be it, I don't care. They want to be pushed and put through the pain because they know that going through that pain is going to produce the best possible product in themselves. They want results. And so the question is, are your feelings so delicate and so sensitive that you're going to let you getting your little feelings hurt get in the way of becoming what it is you wish to become? Or do you say, you know what, my feelings? If there's no pain, there's no gain.
You have to embrace the suck. When it sucks, embrace it. It's hard, good. That's part of it.
Like, yeah, this sucks, but it makes us awesome. Let's dig in, let's get better, let's skill up, let's use this to build our character, our strengths, our skills, our ability to win in the future. So all the things that suck right now, you're like, oh my God, I can't figure this out. It's gonna make you better.
Honor it. Your next level of success, that's what builds your character. But you don't get to it without the struggle. Stop bemoaning the struggle and celebrate it. Something you endure, you engage with, you persevere for. Successful people, they love the process of hardship. They don't complain about it. Listen to your complaints. Our culture is dominated by complaint right now. Be the problem solver, the solution builder, be the leader, be the person who takes us to another level. That's your job. I'm no longer a complainer. I challenge myself to grow. You can't even go back. Because you hear yourself complain, you're like, no, that's the small part of me. The big part of me builds.
Good takes work, and the hardest things in life are also the most rewarding. So every time you get a thought of how you want to achieve this great thing or do this great thing, you are selling yourself short of that experience that will ultimately dim the quality of your life for your entire existence.
I'm angry. I want it all, man. How you gonna get it? I'm willing to work for it. So therefore I demand to get it. And I work harder and harder and harder. For once in your life, have some ownership, some credibility behind your actions and your words. Mean what you say, do what you say. Follow through for something for one time in your life. One time, follow through on what you say. You will feel a high that you've never felt before. When you follow through on things in life, guys, you achieve the confidence, the mentality that anything's possible.
Focus on your action because that's what matters, not your talk, not your doubts. It's all about what you do.
If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
Let your actions do the talking. Build the life that you actually want. Go after that you actually want. Relentlessly. Take pride in doing the hard nobody else will do. Take pride in working out in the elements when no one else is willing to do that. It doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So stop talking about how I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't know if No, you have the ability to do it. And you have to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. So what better opportunity and what fresher start do you have than right now?
When no one's around, when no one's looking at you, when no one's cheering. It's just you and your shadow. Who are you? How do you hold yourself? How do you see yourself? What do you do when no one's watching?
Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
You know what you gotta do to get to paradise? You gotta fight like to get to paradise. Paradise starts in it's your early mornings, late nights, being misunderstood, having very few friends, being your own cheerleader. Are you those things? People always talk about, you gotta work smarter and not harder. No, you gotta work smarter and you gotta work harder.
You're gonna have to be disciplined. You're going to have to be consistent. You're gonna have to do it when nobody else is doing it. The greatest version of you is the disciplined version of you. The greatest version of you is the version that has parameters. No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go there with these people. I'm focused. I have a prize that's in front of me. I know what I'm supposed to do, and that ain't it. I have to stay right here. I discipline my body. I stay uncomfortable in these situations like an athlete, training it to do what it should. After I get disciplined to do it for a long time, I start desiring it. You are now turning a discipline into a desire. And now what was used to be a dread becomes something that you know is making you better. I'm better uncomfortable.
You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting after it every daggone day.
A real man in the dark, when nobody's watching, he putting in work.
Because he loves the process.
It is in practicing. It is in lifting weights. It is in resting. It is in eating right. It is in making good decisions that you look a certain way. It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. The real grind is in the dark when nobody sees you. When nobody knows what you're doing, when you're putting in those extra reps, it is in the process that you get better. It's in the process that don't nobody know your name, and 5 years later, you're one of the best in the world. Why? The process. I don't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm broke. Then why do you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Because I ain't finished yet.
The deeper the process,
the greater the reward.
We're not living by the clock, man. If you do the clock says it's 10 o'clock, time to go to sleep, or 9 to 5, time to go to work. If you're in bed right now, and you're rolling around, you can't fall asleep, get the It probably means you haven't done an honest day's work to earn that rest at night. 2 a.m., not fucking person's here. I can put an honest day's work in here like more than anyone does in a week, and no one sees it, because it's supposed to be that way. This is the means to the ends. It's not the ends. You're not in here to get an achievement. You're in here to pay dues, so later in life, you never wonder what if. Not run by the clock. Run by our desire where we want to go tomorrow. Our competition's asleep right now. We're getting ahead of that competition. The margins between first and loser, the second place finisher, growing and growing and growing. They're all gonna fight for second place.
Do you think Michael Jordan was interested in just being a basketball player? Do you think Kobe Bryant was just interested in winning championships? Interested is a hobby. You have to be obsessed.
Excellence is not an accident in somebody's life. When no one's watching, do you get up and run at 5 in the morning when it's pouring down rain? As a person of principle, a person of character that values who they are, and everything they do accordingly. You don't go in here blindly, you go in here with purpose, mentally believing it, like Muhammad Ali. He called himself the greatest fighter before he ever won something. He believed it. He had a strong directional path of where he's heading, going to work every single day when no one's watching, paying dues every single day, so that this belief rises to a level of maturity that others like, yeah, man, way to go. There's no half-ass here, half-ass there, half-ass there, and then when it matters, oh, I'll give it my all. It doesn't work that way. If you half-ass it here and there and there and there, you learn to half-ass. So when it does matter, you don't know anything else but half-ass. You will never succeed that way. Who stands up, picks up the trash when no one's looking? The same person that's on top of the podium later in life. If you start shortcutting these things, as if no one's watching, doesn't matter, eventually it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. It won't. If everything you do, you put your name to the best of who you are, how do you know you're on the right path?
It's not easy out there. People are always saying you can't, that you shouldn't, that you're not smart enough, not good enough. This world, it beats you up again and again until eventually, most people, they just stop trying. But you're not like that. You're a fighter. You always have been.
Everybody in your life will have a turn back moment. No matter who you are, you're going to have such a period in your life where it seems like it's not working. You're going to have doubts. You're going to have a lot of trials and tribulations and challenges. You always have a moment in your life where the direction you're going, you will have to make a decision to keep going or you turn back. The sad thing is, the average person turns back.
It's hard living. Life is hard.
There's gonna be challenges. You're gonna get beat down.
And that tough situation is making you want to stop.
And you will fail sometimes, and that's okay. That's okay, as long as you get back up.
Take that next step. Keep moving forward.
And no matter what, do not quit.
I don't care how low you are. I don't care what you have done. I don't care what you have experienced. I don't care how devastated your life might appear to be. The shambles it might be in. Wherever you are in life, ladies and gentlemen, you've got comeback power. There's a power in you that can enable you to be stronger and better than anything that's out here. Once you begin to know who you are, once you discover this power, the perfect essence of who you are, that's in all of us, that's permeating our being, that enable us to be the directors of our lives. It will set you free from believing, I can't see myself doing any better. That you truly can live a healthy, happy, prosperous life, and that you can make it in what are called the worst of times. Tough times never last, but tough people do. And you are tough. You're made of some special stuff. There was nobody here before you. You brought something here that was not here before you showed up. Guess what? Nobody's going to do your work for you.
Nobody's gonna write your book for you. That has been given to you to do. You want your stuff? It's necessary you take responsibility for it. That you make it happen, that you don't give up, that you don't take any objection or disappointment or defeats personally, that you keep on keeping on, that you don't decide that I can't make it because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, that you realize that's a part of the program. And here's something you've got to resolve. Say this to yourself every day. Not over till I win. Not over till I get through. Not over till I get over. Not over till I get what I want. That's how you got to do that. You've got to have that kind of courage, that type of determination. If you want to make it happen, it's you.
I know what it's like to barely hold on, to barely feel like you're breathing, and barely feel like you can come up for air.
When you're down in that hole, look up. Look up and recognize that there is a way out. There is a path for you to take. And it's not an easy path. It takes courage and it's hard. But what is the other choice? What else can we do? Let the darkness completely consume us, be overtaken by temptation and vice? No, do not accept that. You can triumph over these dark forces. You can become better. You can be better.
Growth is faster and deeper during your darkest days. Through that separation, through that unemployment, through that tragedy, through that loss.
And maybe you've been knocked down in your life and it seems like, hey, the fight is over. It is not over unless you quit.
You take those terrible events in your life and you create a new story of triumph. See, we gotta look our trauma in the face. We gotta embrace the pain and the darkness and allow it to mold us. The dark times are when we build higher, dream harder, push further, love deeper.
It's forming your future. It's pushing you forward.
When you go through a storm, it strengthens you. When you come through that kind of experience and able to reclaim your life, you come back with a certain kind of power and you'll never be the same again after that experience. There's certain things when you go through those things and you come up out of those things, you come up a different kind of person, different spirit, different power, different energy. Don't ever say when you're going through some rough time, I'm going through a really bad, tragic time. No. Say, I'm going through a character building experience.
That setback is going to become a comeback.
Go through the darkness, come out on the other side something new, and allow that person to change the world.
To anyone out there that's listening, that's started to go down in that hole, trapped in the chains of depression or addiction or rage.
You're going through a tough time. Maybe you're walking through real depression. Maybe you are in a valley today that you've experienced the worst failure of your life and you are on the verge of giving up. Maybe you're here today and your marriage is on the rocks. Maybe you're here today and you're dealing with anxiety on a daily basis.
You know what it's like to be in a lonely, dark place. You know what it's like to want to quit. You know what it's like when the pressure's overwhelming, when people expect your best, but you're at your worst.
That is a moment of choice. That is a moment of decision.
What will your response be? Are you going to sit back or are you going to step up? Adversity creates the perfect moment for audacity. It's in your adversity. The thing that comes out of you is what defines you. When life is squeezing you and pressure is on you, what's really inside of you? See, there's some people in this room right now that you need to hear this loud and clear. You need to get this in your spirit, because I don't know what you're walking through, but some of you right now, you are in a tough season. An event has happened and something's happened and maybe you have failed. But I want to remind you that failure is not final, it's formative. It is part of the process. It's part of the journey. Your failure matters as much as your success. How do you think you're gonna grow if you don't ever fail? Yet some of you have failed and you have decided, well, guess what? I'm a failure. No, failure is an event. It is never a person. Just because you failed doesn't mean that you're a failure. In fact, failure is actually fuel for your future. The way that you grow, the way that you advance. You have to fail in order to succeed. The darker the night, the brighter the morning. This too shall pass. You're going to get through this thing.
There's greatness in you. And you've got to learn how to tune out the critics outside and the critic inside. And since I'm going to do this, I'm going to harness my will. And I'm not going to let anything stop me.
You might not be in control of the storm, but you can have the courage to face the storm, to say, I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to run away. I'm going to walk through this thing because I believe this thing is leading me to another miracle.
You see, the fight's not over if you've been knocked down. It's only over if you quit. If you make the decision to get up one more time, I'm telling you, you will win the fight.
You will never succeed more than you fail. That's not how it works. You know why? Because failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in the world, he took 946 game-winning shots. He has only made 146 of those. He has missed over 700 times, but he has made 146. You know what they write about? When you make it. They write about when you make it. So guess what? When you get through failing, all you gotta do is make one. Matter of fact, when you fail, be glad about it. Every time you fail, you're one step closer. So every time you fail, say, whew, got that out the way. Go to the next one. Fail again, okay, I got two out the way. What's gonna happen is if you just keep swinging, you're gonna get a hit.
Do not fear failure, but please be terrified of regret, as giving up is the birth of regret. You will receive 100 doors slam in your face. You will have 100 moments that will be filled with someone telling you no. But what I ask of you today is to not take no for an answer. Don't be afraid of no's. Be afraid of the possibility of a yes that you have prematurely destroyed because you decided to quit before the clock strikes 12. I love a good no. Please tell me no. Telling me no is like adding fuel to a fire that is now set ablaze because of your single no. I love additional reasons to work harder. Please give me a reason.
You better go inside. You still looking outside for the stuff that's already inside. You still looking for someone to save you. You already your superhero. You looking for some information from somebody when you already got what you need in your head. It's just time for you to get up and be the best version of you.
You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas. And understand that for every level, there's another devil. It is the devil's job to create challenges, issues, and conflicts, insecurities, fear, because he wants to put you to a test. But I can tell you now, I piss the devil off every day because I just don't stop. And the devil is so mad. This guy, doesn't matter if he gets sick, it doesn't matter what happens to his money or his finances, every time he gets out of his bed and he's on a mission to get it done.
And as you begin to look at your life, decide that you're going to start working on that dream. You're going to work and nurture that idea. Now, there will be people that will criticize you. There will be people that won't see it for you. But I say to you, don't let nobody turn you around. You don't need anybody to understand it. You don't need anybody to approve you. You don't need anybody to say, go ahead on and do it. If you get that, that's fantastic. If you get that encouragement, that's great. But I say stand up within yourself boldly and say, this is my life. I'm controlling my destiny.
So I'll hear people say, if you believe it, then you can achieve it. And the problem with that is they're leaving out the most important part of the equation. And that part is work, action, actually doing something. That's what you have to do to achieve anything. Yeah, you gotta believe it, but you better get the work done.
And most people will not be successful. They will not reach whatever they wrote because when there's not anything emotionally attached to it, they're gonna quit and give up. Most people were closer than they ever thought they were to finishing that big thing, but they never finished it because they didn't feel like finishing it, or they were doing it and it was pain. And most people quit in the pain because the pain hurts so bad that they don't know if they want to keep going to get to go. Because you're gonna wake up most days and not feel like it.
You're gonna wake up most days and not be pumped up. You're gonna wake up most days and not feel like doing it. But when you can get to a point that you do it anyway, then there's no way you won't reach any of your goals.
There's things that you know you're supposed to do as a human being, things that you know are gonna improve your life. Do those things. There's things that you know are gonna make you a worse person and make your life worse. Don't do those things. Get up early, do some kind of workout, eat good foods, clean your room, make a list of things that you're supposed to do in your life, and then wake up in the morning and do those things. And no, it is not easy, but you're not gonna get it from anyone else but you.
You think things are gonna just go your way? Well, they're not gonna just go your way. You gotta make them go your way. You think things are gonna just happen for you? Well, they're not just gonna happen for you. You gotta make them happen.
If you wrote that this is the class that you were signed up for, then be at every single class. Make up in your mind, I will not miss one class. Every engagement I do, I don't care what event it is. When I show up, I'm bringing you the best version of Eric Thomas. No excuses.
Cause I'm pissed off for greatness. Cause if you ain't pissed off for greatness, that means you're okay with being mediocre.
Nobody owes you. If you want something, go out there and get it. Go out and take it. That's all there is to it.
The standard is the standard. We don't lower it. We compete, we fight, we scrap, we live to fight another day. We don't retreat against nobody. That ain't talent. That's essence. That's core. That's who I am as a person. That's how I get down. That's how I'm coming. That's what that is. And every time you get ready to stop, every time you get ready to quit, that's you as a man. But when you press forward, in the midst of the opposition, in the midst of the adversity, you're building a mentality that's going to sustain you 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now.
As we begin to focus on developing ourselves, as we begin to elevate ourselves and not to follow the crowd, activating the thinker in us and disciplining and putting on hold the emotional part of ourselves. It's not easy, but through practice and practice and practice, practice makes improvement. You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. And so all you're looking for are new breakthroughs through practice and practice. You'll get better and better. Because you want some different kind of results in your life, you've got to be willing to be unreasonable. If you want unreasonable results in your life, you've got to be willing to be unreasonable. Part of being unreasonable, you don't judge according to appearances. Part of being unreasonable, you conceive because you believe it. That's part of being unreasonable. Part of being unreasonable, you must have the faith to call forth those things that be not as though they were. That's part of being unreasonable.
You gotta get up earlier. You gotta stay up later. You gotta execute, and you gotta go from 70.
The real battleground is in your mind.
You got people betting against you. They're like, he ain't gonna do it. I bet there's a person inside of you that says, nah, you're not gonna do this. You're gonna have to fight that. You know who my own worst enemy is? Freaking me.
This battle has no opponent. It is only you versus you.
The only thing that beats you is you. The only thing that can stop you is you.
You guys got a person inside of you, and that's the old you. Like, dude, I got a person right here that's standing back here in this mirror waiting for me to backpedal and go back to my old life. I see every day. I'm gonna keep outgrowing, I'm gonna keep moving. Ain't no way I'm going back there.
And those little things, those little menial tasks that add up, you have to execute them. And when your brain tells you that you got a great reason today not to do it, and you want to listen to your brain, because your brain doesn't want you to be a big success. Your brain just wants to keep you alive. Your brain doesn't about your little dreams. It's gonna lie to you, it's gonna trick you.
And you know what it sounds like? Train smarter, not harder. No! Actually, keep training hard.
If you're totally committed, what do? I always tell people, if you want to take the island, burn the boats. Because as long as there's a way out, our brains will take it.
I gave myself no way out, and my mind realized that. It's okay. We're going to adapt and overcome now. Because he is not going to stop.
You need to win battles in order to win the war. You need to get out of bed, you need to run, you need to work out, you need to read and study and practice, and you need to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. And I know that can be hard. That's why people lose the war.
Your feelings will never cooperate with your dream. You have to reserve your feelings and do it anyway.
The daily fight is a challenge.
That's right. It's gonna suck. Doesn't matter. Work harder.
When something sucks, good.
It's
going to make me tougher. It's going to give me a good story to tell. It's going to toughen my mind. I don't negotiate with weakness. I'm not trying to convince myself. I'm not trying to negotiate with myself. I'm not debating what I should do. I am executing the plan. And I recommend that you do the same. Don't talk. Go execute.
Easy choices lead to a hard life. Hard choices lead to an easy life.
You may not want to fight that battle, but you need to. You need to know your strategic goals, and you need to know why they are important, and then you need to get up, get out of your damn bed, get off your phone, and get to work.
Hard work works. And you know what's great about our culture, y'all? The world's lazy. It's a good thing for you and me. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody will talk about it. Everybody will post about it. But nobody wants to roll up their sleeves and just go get it.
You can change you. You'd be surprised how good you'd be if you just decide to win. Be number one in your office, number one in your region.
It takes a want to become a number one. Number ones never cut corners. Number ones never take breaks. Number ones don't drop the ball. They are on it. They have a sense of urgency. They care, and they're going to get everything done that they need to get done to win.
Your success is going to be predicated more than anything on your hunger and desperation level and your ability to get laser focused and eliminate the distractions in your life.
We think if we got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You gotta drop your entitled mindset.
It's not acceptable. You need to work harder. You need to discipline your mind better.
ABD, you always be developing. If you're not developing, you're losing. Study yourself the way the best hedge fund managers study stocks, and look how quickly you'll start changing many of your bad habits with good ones.
Work harder on you. Go invest in you. That's the best investment. Develop your skills. If you're the best doctor or lawyer or salesperson or whatever, it doesn't matter what happens to the economy. You're going to do well, and it gets better with time.
Most people work the hardest when trying to reach the top. Once they can get to that $100,000, once they get to that $1 million, they've worked as hard as they can work. The great ones work even harder after they get to the 100,000, harder after they get to the million, harder after they're famous, harder after they've got a big following, harder after they get that promotion. The great ones work even harder after they get what they want.
You already know what works. You know what to put in your body. You know how to treat your body. You know what to put in your brain. You know how you should be using the hours that you have. It's just getting yourself to actually do it.
That is how successful people become successful people. They pay the price other people aren't willing to pay. They understand what they have to do, that they're going to have to do the hate. But what they also understand is they're not willing to settle for anything less than what they want. If you want to dictate the life on your terms, if you want to dictate the success that you're going to create, and if you're ambitious to the point where you're not satisfied with living the status quo, you've got to learn to master that everybody else thinks is irrelevant. When you start working nonstop and pushing yourself every single day, your life is going to get better. There is no question.
Here's the truth. This is the reality. Nobody's going to believe in you until you've already done it. Nobody's going to come and celebrate with you until you've already done it. The work is going to come before the belief, which means you're going to have to work for a long time by yourself with no applause, with no awards, with nobody telling you good job. Because if you really want to believe in you, go out and build something great.
I just beat me. This ain't about nobody else. It's not about nobody else. I just beat me. If I can keep beating myself, then that means that I'm in a battle with the only person that I really want and beat, and that's me. If I can continue to outdo me from the day before, then I'm ahead.
My number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you.
I'm obsessed with improvement. Every day I'm getting better. There are those of you with phones, and every new phone that comes out, you get it. Every upgrade, you get it. Every piece of software, you get it. You are upgrading your technology, and you've not upgraded yourself. Your value system says you believe in sleep more than you believe in grinding. You are a consumer and not a producer.
If you're gonna go to the next level, your values are gonna have to change. We do not retreat. We do not give up. We do not surrender. And the reason why most of you are not successful is because every single time stuff not going your way, you give up, you quit, you let go, and people feel weakness. They feel it. You can feel when somebody's not committed, when they're not all in, when they're not dedicated. And there's another level you get to when you go all in. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream.
Every single day you wake up, you got to give it all you got. You got it 120%. Don't fool yourself into thinking that this year is going to be better than last year if you still making excuses. There are no excuses. You got to work for it. You got to put forth 120%. You can have it, you can be it, you can do it. But you got to accept the challenge.
What are you doing to make your next effort your best effort? Are you reaching deep down inside to fight through everything that you're going through right now? Or are you settling to be where you are at this current moment? Now is not the time to complain. Now is the time to maintain that dream. You need to work an hour longer. You need to run just a little faster. You need to put 5 more pounds on the rack. That's the effort you need to be great. That's the sacrifice that you have to put in order for you to get to the next level that you need to be at, in order for you to be remembered.
Most people get a little bit of success, man. They are able to pay their bills. They're able to buy a car. They're able to live in a decent house. They're able to compete with their high school buddies or their circle of friends, and they're doing okay in that circle of friends. And that's where they stay. And they stay there until they die. And I want you to think about that. That's how people get in ruts. And the only difference between a rut and a grave is the depth of the hole. The degree of which you are rewarded is directly proportional to the degree of hard work that you put in. Your life is a monument to the difficulty and the pain and the frustration and that you have to deal with on a daily basis, and how good you are dealing with it. And not only how good you are dealing with it, how good you are at asking for being successful in life. Building the life that you want is going to take constant evolution. It is going to take constant progression. It is going to take a constant discipline towards looking for the next hardest path.
You have to make yourself uncomfortable on a consistent basis. The things that you're afraid to do, the action you're afraid to take, you gotta take it. When you feel uncomfortable, you know what? I'm conditioning myself for success.
Greatness is in you, but the problem is somebody's gotta push you. The problem is somebody's gotta give you a reward. Somebody's gotta prod you. The problem is you're not self-motivated. You have to stay in beast mode. And so I'm looking at the clock and I'm saying, technically, you can go back to sleep. Technically. But Eric Thomas, if you go back to sleep, you might not wake up to 3:30. You might not wake up to 4 o'clock. And if you wake up at 4 o'clock, Eric, for 30 minutes of sleep, you might be pushing your goals back a week. You might be pushing your goals back a month. You might be pushing your goals back an entire year by sleeping for 2 hours because you missed an opportunity.
What do you do when somebody's not there watching you? What do you do when you have to either do what it is you know you're supposed to do, or you get to take the play off because no one's going to know the difference? Because it's really easy for anybody to come to work on the days they feel like killing it and killing it. But what happens on the days that you don't feel like killing it? What happens on the days that you don't feel like getting out of bed? Because those are the days that are going to define where you end up in your life.
It's hard. It's hard living your dream. It's hard changing your life. It's not easy reaching your goal. There are times when you're looking at it and you say, I know I need to do this, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. See, most people want it easy. Easy come, easy go. It's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. Because when we seek the low road, when we seek the easy road, when we decide to go through life evading or avoiding things because they're hard, that's when we are really evading our own greatness. So you cannot discover yourself. You cannot discover the greatness that you have within you. You cannot begin to expose yourself to new parts of yourself, of talents and skills and abilities you have, going through life trying to make it by easily. You can't learn good horsemanship by riding a tame horse. It won't happen like that. Airplane has to have resistance of the air in order to fly. So in order for us to begin to do what we need to do, we need to embrace the fact that it's hard, not avoid it. You got to fortify yourself and say, come on with it. I've got to step into it.
Every freaking day of your life, live uncomfortable, run to pressure. Every single thing in your life that's hard, run to it. Get in it. Test yourself. That looks hard. Good. Go get in it. This is an opportunity for me to grow.
If you never step out of your comfort zone, you're going to be very uncomfortable later.
You're going to have a hard life at some point. Some of you guys, you're like, dude, I ain't willing to do that right now. Cool. Someone else less talented than you is going to do it. And then you're going to look up in 2 years and you're going to wish you'd have done it. Everything that you want and need in your life is always going to be on the other side of being uncomfortable. I need you to fall in love with being uncomfortable. Because the process of getting better at what it is that you do is painful. It's excruciating. And there's a reason why there is the phrase growing pains. Losers want to be coddled. They want to be comfortable so it doesn't ruffle their little delicate feathers. Winners, they're able to push their personal feelings aside. They say, you know what, so be it, I don't care. They want to be pushed and put through the pain because they know that going through that pain is going to produce the best possible product in themselves. They want results. And so the question is, are your feelings so delicate and so sensitive that you're going to let you getting your little feelings hurt get in the way of becoming what it is you wish to become? Or do you say, you know what, my feelings? If there's no pain, there's no gain.
You have to embrace the suck. When it sucks, embrace it. It's hard, good. That's part of it. Like, yeah, this sucks, but it makes us awesome. Let's dig in, let's get better, let's skill up, let's use this to build our character, our strengths, our skills, our ability to win in the future. So all the things that suck right now, you're like, oh my God, I can't figure this out. It's gonna make you better. Honor it. Your next level of success, that's what builds your character. But you don't get to it without the struggle. Stop bemoaning the struggle and celebrate it, something you endure, you engage with, you persevere for. Successful people, they love the process of hardship. They don't complain about it. Listen to your complaints. Our culture is dominated by complaint right now. Be the problem solver, the solution builder, be the leader, be the person who takes us to another level. That's your job. I'm no longer a complainer. I challenge myself to grow. You can't even go back. Because you hear yourself complain, you're like, no, that's the small part of me. The big part of me builds.
Good takes work, and the hardest things in life are also the most rewarding. So every time you get a thought of how you want to achieve this great thing or do this great thing, you are selling yourself short of that experience that will ultimately dim the quality of your life for your entire existence.
I'm angry. I want it all, man. How you gonna get it? I'm willing to work for it. So therefore I demand to get it. And I work harder and harder and harder. For once in your life, have some ownership, some credibility behind your actions and your words. Mean what you say, do what you say. Follow through for something for one time in your life. One time, follow through on what you say. You will feel a high that you've never felt before. When you follow through on things in life, guys, you achieve the confidence, the mentality that anything's possible.
Focus on your action because that's what matters, not your talk, not your doubts. It's all about what you do.
If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
Let your actions do the talking. Build the life that you actually want. Go after that you actually want. Relentlessly. Take pride in doing the hard nobody else will do. Take pride in working out in the elements when no one else is willing to do that. It doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So stop talking about how I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't know if No, you have the ability to do it. And you have to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. So what better opportunity and what fresher start do you have than right now?
Where you are right now, in your job, in your career, in your finances, is a direct reflection of your work ethic.
Everything worthwhile is uphill. Nobody ever went uphill by accident. To go uphill, you have to be intentional.
What kind of effort are you giving?
Before any action or any inaction, ask yourself what I am doing, what I am about to do. Is it going to help me get where I am going? Is it going to make me stronger or weaker? Will it make me smarter or more skilled? Will this action move me toward the strategic long-term goals I am trying to achieve in my life?
If you set out and you say you're gonna do something, do yourself a favor and don't lie to yourself. Because that is the worst thing that an individual can ever do. You think you lying to your parent. You think you lying to your teacher. You think you lying to your coach. At the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, you lying to you. You make your bed, you gotta lay in it.
I need you to be man enough, woman enough to look at your effort and ask him, where can I push myself? Can I read more? Can I study more? If financially you're not where you want to be, before you quit, I want you to ask yourself, what more can I do with this job? What are the gaps? Where can I serve? Where can I give more? What can I do more? Where can I sacrifice more? I want you to give more because listen to me very closely. You will never be let down. When you give more, you reap what you sow, you're going to get more. The more I practice, the more I study, the more I grind, the more magic happens.
It's way past hours right now. I can go home. Why am I sitting here? I'm sitting here because it's a workout. This is me at the gym. So you want to think of it like when you go to the gym, you're putting in work, you're building stamina. Because I'm challenging my mind to see the bigger picture, make connections, and to lock it in focus.
People that win in life, all they do is do the stuff that no one else wants to do. That's how they win. Losers do what they want to do. Winners do what they don't want to do. I don't want to be out here in the heat, but I know this. If I'm on my couch, I don't push myself on my couch. I don't learn how great I am on my couch.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. How hard do you work? What's your standard? How you hit that gym is how you're going to be as a man. How you study, how you prepare in school, you may think it doesn't affect how you're playing ball, it affects you. How you work out in the gym affects how you do your cardio, affects how you do in everything in your life. The way someone like you changes their career is you start thinking, I'm going to outwork everybody so that I begin to deserve stuff other people don't deserve. You get in that gym and crush it. You beat them before you get on the field. You outlift them. You out-diet them. You bust cheers when you're doing cardio. You do everything harder than them, and guess what? You're gonna get to have things everybody's not gonna get.
When you work your butt off, when you work on your dreams every single day, and you make them a reality, people will say you're just lucky. But the truth is, that luck you got is created in all the early mornings, late nights, working overtime, skipping parties, planning every day, focusing non-stop, putting in more effort than others are willing to, giving it everything you have. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
There's 86,400 seconds in a day. The separator between me and you and people that win and lose is what we do with those seconds. You want to win? You want to be a millionaire? You got to quit being so casual. You walk slow, you talk slow, you implement things slow, you talk a good game like you're going to be somebody. Wake up! You got to get focused and get in a hurry. The separator is going to be who takes massive action quickly.
And that's why most people never realize their personal greatness, because they're casual about life. And when you are casual about life, you will end up a casualty. You've got to develop a sense of urgency. Start working and developing yourself now and prepare yourself for what it is that you want, because you expect to get it.
You meet somebody wealthy, their family at one point was not wealthy. And then the one shows up. The one. One person changes the family tree forever. In my family, I'm the one. And it wasn't because I wanted it or I hoped for it. I fought for it. I want to win. I want to fight for my family. I want my mom and dad proud of me. I want my kids proud of me. I want me proud of me. I want to look in the mirror and be happy with the man I look back at, that he gave it everything, that he went for it.
You got to focus on you. And as you convince you will begin to see a difference in the things that you're doing. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job. Telling yourself every day, here I go again. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me.
And let me tell you something. I don't know if I'm number one or not, and I won't know. I won't go look at that list. Why? Because I'm too busy grinding. And some of you should be busy practicing, and you staring at yourself in the mirror. And many of you cannot get to your level of success. You cannot get to dominance because you are worried about everything that's coming in your ear, guys. You gotta learn to kill the noise. Who cares what they say? Dominance. Who cares what they think? Dominance. Listen to me, nothing succeeds like success. You wanna shut them down? You wanna kill the noise? Nothing succeeds like success. And I'm telling you, if you can learn to kill the noise and dominate your space, your lane, stay in your lane and dominate your lane. I'm telling you, not only will you compete, not only will you dominate, but you, my friend, will leave a dynasty. I dare you to dominate. I challenge you to find your space, stay in your space, and create something in your space that has never been created before. Control your lane. I dare you to believe in your uniqueness. I dare you to believe in you. I dare you to stand up for yourself. I dare you to dominate your space, your world, and to leave a legacy.
The longest time in the world is the hesitation between thought and action. It can actually be forever. You can hesitate for 1 second to get started on something, a workout, a project, a task, something that you know you should do. You can hesitate for 1 second. That 1 second of hesitation, all of a sudden it turns into 5 seconds, and then 10 seconds, and then 10 minutes. And then just like that, you drifted into the eternity zone. 1 second became an eternity because something that was gonna happen is now never gonna happen, ever. Why is that? Because you hesitated. So don't take that chance. Instead, take action. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. You've had enough damn rest.
You gotta get to the point in your life where you decide, I have had it. I'm tired of being a loser.
I got tired of losing. I got tired of coming up short. I got tired. I want to move to the nicest neighborhood. I want to fly first class. I want to go to Hawaii. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. Humans do not transition to another level when they're comfortable with the level that they're on. You only go to another level when you say, enough is enough. I want you to live the life you were meant to live. You hear me? Not the life that was given to you. You deserve to see what your life would look like if you gave 120%. And what I need you to do is I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, come on, stop playing. I deserve to see what my life would look like if I gave 120%. That's lion mode. And you got to get to a place where you start executing.
Making a freaking plan is the easy part, and you have to understand, if you don't execute on the plan, if you don't get up in the morning when you're feeling tired, scared, if you don't execute, you're not just cheating yourself, dude. You're cheating your family, you're cheating your employees, you're cheating your team, whatever you're a part of. It's bigger than you, man.
And guess what? I had to get up even though it was hard, and I had to take ownership of my life, take ownership of my time, take ownership of my day. And if those of you messed up, why? Because you don't understand think, act, eat, rest. We talking about a schedule. I realized that my strength is in my routine. Why? Because I'm not as strong as I thought I was. I'm not as intelligent as I thought I was. It's in my routine. It's what I do every day repeatedly. The DNA of your success is in your routine. You're not as deep as you think you are. You gotta find a routine. I'm getting up at 3 and stick with it. I'm getting up at 5 and stick with it. Yeah, out of 365 days, we'll have a bad day or two, but I'm trying to tell you, the strength is in the routine. Find a routine and stick with it. No more dreaming. Dreaming is over. I need specifics. What are you doing on Monday? What are you doing on Tuesday? What are you doing on Wednesday? You need to be very specific. It's time to put your piecing together of your puzzle. Nobody gave me this. I earned it. Life wasn't a crystal stair for me. Didn't nobody give me a network. I earned the network. I worked my way to the NBA. I worked my way to the NFL. Everybody say, E, how did you crack the code? I grinded my way through the code. That's how I cracked it. I got up every day at 3. I don't care what the economy is doing. I don't care who the president is. Nobody helped me to get here. I had to get up. I had to go to class. I had to read. I had to study. I had to write. I understood that the dream is real, but the lifestyle is realer. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. Stay predictable. Stay consistent. And the reason why many of you are not getting it is because you're not consistent. You start and you stop. You get pumped up. You start strong, and then somewhere in the middle you quit. You have a little success, but you don't experience exponential growth because you're not consistent. You gotta be persistent. You gotta be locked in. You can't scoreboard watch. Too many of you scoreboard watching. Every time you do something, you looking up to see the score. You stopping working to look at yourself. You not grinding. You glaring. You should be grinding and you looking at the score. The score is what it is. The score ain't about to change because you looked at it. Keep playing the game. Keep grinding. Keep working. And that other stuff will take care of itself. I'm challenging you to get from where you are. I'm challenging you to stop settling. I'm challenging you to stop accepting the life that was given to you. And I'm challenging you to give 120%. If you're going to do what you say you're going to do, be what you say you're going to be, you're going to have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you're going to come up short. You a gazelle, you're not always going to get what you want out of life. You a gazelle, you're going to have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You a teacher, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight? Lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode. Nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode. Nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart. You focus on this, and tomorrow will take care of itself. This is your time. This is your moment. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to capture it? Or are you going to let it slip away? Eminem said it. If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you've ever wanted, would you capture it? Or would you let it slip away? And so I ask you the question, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Do you want it as bad as you want to breathe? Or do you just kind of want it?
What's the single most important key to success above anything else? It's not talent, it's not skill, it's hunger.
The common backstory for the successful people is hunger.
Intelligence is not it. There are people less intelligence, less skill, less ability to perform at a higher level because they never lose their hunger. How do you create your life? You get hungry for something, don't you? If you get enough hunger going in you for an answer, you'll find the answer. If you get a hunger enough inside of you that says, I gotta take things to a next level, I gotta achieve, I gotta make a difference, I gotta expand, you will find the answer. People's intelligence will expand if they got enough hunger. But if you got everything and you're not hungry, you're not gonna have much.
Anybody can do anything and set their mind to. But it depends on how bad you want it.
And if you want it as bad as you want to breathe, nobody can stop you.
Personal power means the ability to take action, to follow through, to take the steps that are necessary to take an idea and translate it into reality. And it's the #1 tool that most people in life never exercise, and it's the gift that every one of us has right now and at any moment in our life. you could start using your power. You could start following through. You could take this idea in your head and turn it into physical reality. Whether that idea is how you want to make your relationship, or the kind of money you want to make, or a business you want to start, it doesn't matter. It is available right now. All you do is decide and then follow through. See, Michael Jackson can move the way he does because every single day, the question he asks himself is, how can I make this better? Where focus goes, energy flows. What are you going to focus on? Because whatever you focus on, you feel and you move towards. It's your decisions that are controlling your destiny. So the first decision you make every moment is, what are you going to focus on? You want to change your life? Make a new choice. You want to change your income? You can go to 1 million classes and making more money. Until you make a shift into what is a must for you, you won't. When you do, you'll find the way. Concentration of power says this: if you focus on something every single day and you ask yourself, how can I improve it? And you demand from yourself that somehow it has to get better, you will master that area of focus. I don't care what it is.
And if you don't have what you want, stop telling yourself the story because you don't have the money, you don't have the time. That's bullshit. It's because you haven't committed yourself where you would burn your boats. If you want to take the island, burn boats, and you will take the island, because people, when they're going to either die or succeed, tend to succeed.
The power to hold on in spite of everything, the power to endure, the hunger, the ability to face defeat again and again without giving up. When you're hungry, you don't care about the facts. You don't care about the odds. This is a winner's quality. You have that quality within you. The people that are running at their dreams are the people that are hungry, that know if it's going to happen, it's up to them. They know they're going to have hard times. They keep on running because they're saying within themselves, I'm the one. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. Commitment. It means taking a stand for you. Commit means to carry into action deliberately. Commit means to make it happen no matter what. See, when you make a commitment, I'm going to become wealthy. When you make it important, when you decide I'm going to do it no matter what, life changes for you. See, most people don't keep their commitments to their commitments. That's why they lead lives of misery, lives of unhappiness. Whatever commitment that you make, keep your commitment to your commitment, no matter what. If it's hard, then do it hard. We say, oh, it's too hard, it's too hard. We don't challenge our spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing as powerful as the human spirit. You can't destroy it. You can pervert it, but you can't destroy it. The universe responds to the man or woman that refuses to be denied. That business that you want, that book you want to write, that dream that you have of controlling your destiny, that is yours. But you've got to be willing to stand there and face disappointment, not have support, be lonely, doubt yourself sometimes. Be rejected again and again and again, and refuse to turn around until life gives it up. If you just decide, I'm going to keep my word. If I say something, I'm going to do it regardless. Being more disciplined, more focused.
Don't look for any gains where there's been no sacrifice. Don't look for your game to improve. Don't look for the record to improve. Without sacrifice, there are no gains.
Only those who are willing to risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Look, you gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe.
And when you want it as bad as you want to breathe says, I'm willing to make any sacrifice. I'm willing to go through any pain. I'm willing to go through any suffering. I'm willing to go through whatever it takes. So when I get in there, then I guarantee you at the end of it, I won't be the one that surrendered. When you want something bad, you can't count the cost, because if you count the cost and you see how much it costs, you might quit. You might give up. So you got to go in knowing that I don't count the cost. I do as many push-ups as it takes, as many reps as it takes. I study as long as it takes. I pay whatever the price is. Why? Because if I start counting the cost, I might quit. I might give up. I might surrender. Don't count the cost. You just do whatever it takes to get whatever you want.
In those times when you want to quit, you make sure you remember one thing. All those times and hours and days you sacrifice to be the best.
You will never regret making a sacrifice, ever.
I brought a message for somebody who's been going through the fire and wondered in their own mind how long. Why are things like they are? Some of you have been through enough stress that you should have lost your mind. Don't think it's strange when things happen to you, because the truth of the matter is every man, every woman, every boy, every girl will go through a time where your faith must stand trial. If we can just stand for every trial, there's going to be a glory. And if you just stand
I know it's hard on you, but if you just stay in, even up under this pressure you're going through, if you just stay in, when you get to the right place, you're gonna look back over your shoulder and you're gonna see a miracle. You're stronger than you think you are. You're tougher than you think you are. You can go through more than you think you can. And when the world is against you and beating you down, I need you to get up and prove everyone wrong.
All you do is you fall down, get back up again, fall down, get back up again, fall down, get back up again. That's how you win.
Things are going to get harder, things are going to get tougher. That's the way life works. So what you need to do is you need to get harder and you need to get tougher.
If you can pick yourself up every single time you get knocked down, you can make it.
You will never know that you have faith until you're in a good fight. Real faith is proven in the furnace of affliction, in the time of adversity.
Even if you're in the middle of a disaster, you can use that disaster for direction.
It is through the disaster, it is through the adversity that our strength is developed. You find out things about yourself that you didn't know. I'm stronger than I thought I was. I'm more resilient than I thought I was.
Life keeps changing, and as life keeps changing and circumstances keep changing, you gotta be flexible enough to change on a dime and switch this way and turn back this way. And if you don't make the right switch, you find yourself stuck.
The thing you need to win is resilience. You can't just keep trying different stuff, because you can never say something didn't work when you didn't have tried. Greatness takes time. It takes time to build your brand. It takes time to build your life. It takes time to build your career. You got to be prepared to get 1,000 no's to get 1 yes.
So stop feeling sorry for yourself over what challenges are thrown at you. This is a part of the process. It is part of the journey. How will you ever grow if you never have any pressure? You should be thanking the universe for putting you through this. Because these problems you're having, these are the greatest opportunities to get stronger. When you're committed, when you're invested, when you're all in, you can't throw in the towel. You can't just walk away.
Cause you won't quit when you got some skin in the game. You won't just walk away easy. When you don't have nothing invested, it's easy to walk away. See, sometimes some people only want it without struggle. But if you're serious about reeling it in, you have to put some effort.
Get up! Compete! Many of y'all are not competing. I need effort. Compete! Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back.
I don't know how, I don't know when, but I do know that before it's over, I'm coming out of this. There may have to be a sequel. This can't be the end of the movie. I have got to come out of this. This may be a commercial break, but it's not over. Expect me to come back. Expect me to come back. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know what I'll have to go through, but expect me to come back. I might look bad today, but expect me to come back. I may be crying right now, but expect me to come back. I may be broke, busted, and disgusted, but expect me to come back.
I need you to keep fighting. Never stop, never quit. Never allow anybody to talk you out of your vision, your dreams, or your big ideas. You have got to be relentless. Never let your foot off the gas. Never stop, never quit. Despite all that you're going through right now, you can win. Despite the pain, you can win. Despite all the heartache and pain and discomfort you're feeling right now, you can win. You have what it takes to get through this. You can turn this whole situation around and you can come back better. Life is something that's not happening to you, it's happening for you. All these hard things that you're going up against right now are there to grow you. They're there to push you. They're there to challenge you to rise above and become stronger. You don't grow through easy times, you grow through going up against hard things and pushing against them.
They are there to make you better, to make you into a more unstoppable machine.
The reason you can't stop is because you might be so close. Wouldn't it be a shame for you to quit when you're this close? Wouldn't it be a shame for you to walk away when you come this far? Wouldn't it be horrible for you to bail out when you're just this close to victory? You can't walk by what you see. You can't give up because it doesn't feel good. You can't let people talk you out of it. You can't let your emotions stop you from moving forward.
Most people are not living their dreams because of fear, ladies and gentlemen. Fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can age you. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you are capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. And I ask you a question, what is the benefit? What's the benefit of allowing fear to hold you back? What's the benefit of giving up on yourself? Of not stepping out on life and taking life on? What is the benefit for you? What's the plus in that? You got to ask yourself, how long am I going to allow this to hold me back?
You don't have as many opportunities in life to take that gamble and allow life to play you. You must play life.
You've got to make some conscious effort to begin to work to develop you. Start listening to tapes on a daily basis to begin to recondition your mind, to retrain your thinking. Listen to things that can empower you, that can enable you to create a new reality for yourself and a new life for yourself. You might appear to be strange around most people. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this, why you have got to go. Well, I don't understand. You don't have to. I'm going for me. This is something I have got to do. Now, will it be turbulent? Yes. Will it be easy? No. Will you have some opposition? Yes. Will I make a lot of mistakes? Yes. Will I get hurt? Yes. But guess what? There's no gain without pain.
When the outcome changes and it's not what we want it to be and it doesn't turn out the way we want it to turn out, do we still value the thing that we once said we value? Is our character still intact? Character's not something we inherit. In the midst of opposition, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of uncertainty, we gotta wake up every single day, we gotta fight and we gotta build it. It's about the sacrifice, the honor, the work, the commitment, what you had to go through in order to get to this moment. Being battle tested, the injuries, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Everybody can't respond and everybody can't recover. The only thing you got as a man, your character, your integrity, and what you stand on. What you say. What it means to you. I'm talking every single rep. I'm talking every opportunity. If it's any fear in your spirit right now, it ain't for you. This for warriors, man. This for soldiers, man. Everybody's got a plan so they can hit in the mouth. So when your plan fails, when you get knocked down on the canvas, when everything falls apart in your life, what are you gonna do is only watch it. Stay hard.
We have been conditioned to tell ourselves that our hardships are the reason that we can't be what we want to be. When in reality, the hardships that we had are actually the things that teach us the skills and the perspective we need to actually become what we want to be. If you had to choose between having a perfect upbringing and having an upbringing that was extremely hard, you should choose the one that was hard. I'm talking to you guys who still have hope, who still have the fire, who still have the want and the will and the desire to be more and become more. I'm talking to you. You can do this.
Are you going to say you want to do something? You say you want to lose weight, get in shape, get your business off the ground, do it for 2 weeks and then quit like you did last year, like you did the year before last?
Character staying true to what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has left. Because if we only worked on the days when we felt like it, none of us would get much accomplished.
Some of y'all, you still on feelings. When you feel like doing it, you do it. When you don't feel like doing it, you don't. For you, it's a feeling.
Your problem is not that you're not excellent. You don't abide in excellence. It's temporary. It's circumstantial.
When you want to be excellent, you can. But when you don't feel like being excellent, you don't. You start something, you stop it. You start something, you stop it. You feel good, you do it. You don't feel good, you quit. And for some of you, nothing is sacred for you. There's certain things you'll never have when you stop, start. And you wonder why everybody else getting blessed and I'm not. Because you don't understand covenant. And covenant means when you do it, you can't get out of it. When you do videos every single Monday and ain't nobody paying you. When you come to an engagement and you speak as if you're making the most you've ever made when you're not. When you get up at 6 when you don't have to. Covenant. And there's another level you get to when you go all in. And the greats are the greats because they have a different mentality. For them, it is a way of life. It's what they eat. It's what they sleep. It's what they drink. It's who they are. It possesses them. It's got to possess everything you do. It's got to own you. And I'm telling you today that you can do the unthinkable. You can make all your milestones become a reality if it stopped being a hobby. You're doing it when you feel like it. You're doing it when you get tired. You're doing it on your lunch break. You're not serious. You're not eating it. You're not eating it. You're not dreaming it. It's not haunting your dreams at night. For the greats, it's not when the lights come on. When the greats play, it's not for the camera. It's not for the family and the stand. When the greats perform, the way the greats approach the game, they do in practice what they want to do when it's showtime. When the greats approach the game, they got the game before the game. And I watched Kobe lose a game in Miami, and after the game, he practiced for another 2 hours. The greats come early. The greats leave late. The greats give more. The greats give until they don't have no more to give. The real beast is the last 4 minutes. The real beast is when their legs give out. The real beast when they tired. The real beast find a way to pull something out when nobody else ain't got nothing.
I don't care what difficulties you're dealing with. I don't care how many times you failed. Just keep working. Keep working. If you do not stop, if you do not surrender, if you do not quit, you will break through whatever is in front of you. You have to do it so long and so hard with so much effort that whatever that thing is you're up against will know you will not be stopped. You will not be contained.
You have to build the discipline and the grit and the fortitude and the determination and the endurance and the confidence and the ability to execute when conditions aren't ideal to never quit.
Discipline is you do it so long and so hard and you're so passionate about it that even when you don't feel like it, you still operate at the highest level.
And conditions on the path to success will never be perfect. So you have to build yourself into someone who can execute whether it's great times or whether it's bad times. This is the difference between the people that you admire and all the irrelevant people. All the people that you look up to, they have all tripped up. They have all stumbled. They have all had major issues. They have all had major failures, divorces, bankruptcies. They have their lives over and over and over again. The difference is that those people continue to go. And what usually happens is most people start to go down the path and they have one thing happen. And all of a sudden they're saying, well, I guess this wasn't for me then because I didn't hit perfect. Bro, nobody starts out on this path and starts hitting home runs after home runs after home runs. Truly successful people fail far more than they succeed. You just don't see it. You want to be the person who is willing to go out, who's willing to get his kicked day in and day out, who doesn't get if you end up looking stupid for as long as it takes to win. If you can learn to execute the tasks that will get you to where you want to go, regardless of what's happening in your life, regardless of the pain you're feeling in the moment, regardless of what the weather is, regardless of what your boss said, regardless of any outside circumstances, how can you ever lose? You can't.
Every minute you spend relaxing, they're using to become stronger, faster, smarter. The race doesn't pause because you decide to take a break. Your competition is relentless, and so must you be. Every single day of your life, you have a chance to get further ahead of those people you're competing with. You have a chance to push yourself to do better. Outperform yourself in anyone you gotta go up against. Every day is a new opportunity, a fresh battlefield where you can prove your capabilities. It's not just about beating the others. It's about conquering your own limits and setting new records for yourself.
You need to work harder. You need to study harder. You need to grind more. You don't become number one by taking days off. You don't become number one by chilling on the weekends or holidays. You become number one by doing what all the other people aren't willing to. It's about the extra mile, the additional hour, the second workout. It's about that relentless pursuit of excellence that never settles for good enough.
And that takes disciplining yourself to do all that you don't want to do, but know you need to. You gotta get yourself when you're feeling tired and feeling weak and get yourself moving forward toward the mission at hand. It's about conquering the inner laziness, the voice that begs for just one more hour of sleep, one more episode, one more moment of ease. That's the voice of mediocrity, and you gotta crush it under your determination.
The universe doesn't give a that it's the holidays, that it's New Year's Eve, that it's the weekend. Time will keep moving, and the world will keep moving. So that means you gotta keep moving too. You don't have time to stop. You don't have time to slack off. Time is the one resource you can't get back. And every second you waste is a second lost from your journey to greatness. The clock is ticking, and it's ruthless.
Success isn't gonna wait for you. You gotta chase it down. If you're stopping and starting constantly, you won't ever catch it. You gotta be consistent. You gotta never let your foot off the gas. Never stop, never quit. It's about that relentless pursuit, that unwavering focus, that unstoppable drive that separates the legends from the masses.
All the average people in the world are gonna think you're crazy. They're gonna call you a psycho and not understand why you're working so hard. They won't get it, and they don't have to get it. The only one who needs to know why you're putting in this work is you. Let them talk, let them wonder, let them doubt. You're not here to make sense to them. You're here to make miracles for yourself.
So when your competitors are sleeping, you're working. When they're out having a good time, you're working. Because when you do this, while they're dreaming about how great it'd be to be number one, you'll be living it. Your dedication is what turns dreams into reality.
You gotta have the strength of character to read, to digest information, to work on yourself, to work on your craft, on your abilities, on your ideas consistently, without letting yourself slide into complacency, holding a higher standard than anyone else is willing to, doing things to the very best of your ability. It's about that relentless self-improvement, the constant striving for knowledge and mastery that sets you apart.
You have no idea how great you could become if you tried your hardest. You could become 10 times, 20 times better than you are right now. Your potential is unlimited when you're willing to do whatever it takes. Imagine the heights you could reach if you pushed yourself to your absolute limits.
The only thing standing between you and your utmost potential is the amount of work you're willing to put in. So you gotta go all in and witness the transformation of yourself.
You may not have that natural talent or a gift for creativity or intellect. You might not have any of those things. But what you lack in those things, you can make up with effort. You can decide that you will outwork everyone.
When you need to do 45 minutes on the treadmill, you do 46. When it's supposed to be 20 phone calls, you make 21. When it's supposed to be an 8-hour workday, you work 9. Whatever it is, you always do one more.
And what that does is it makes you eventually think you're doing things other people aren't willing to do, so you should get things other people aren't gonna get.
You've got to understand, it's not about what you were born with. It's not about what you were given or where you started or even where you're going. It is entirely about what you plant at the center of your soul, how hard you're willing to go after something, how much focus you're willing to put in your life, and how often you come back to that level of intensity for who you want to be.
But you gotta understand, kinda is lethal. There's so many kinda people. Most people kinda want a career change, they kinda want to get straight A's, they kinda want to get in shape, but if you only kinda want something, then you're only gonna kinda get the results you want. You can't just kinda want that thing, you gotta want it with every part of your being. Will you struggle? Yeah, you're gonna struggle. There's no way around it. You're gonna fall so many times, but who's counting?
If you want to make it to the top of your field, top of your class, top of your industry, then there's going to be sharp ridges that must be stepped over. There's going to be times you get stressed and things you get depressed over. But let me tell you something, struggle and criticisms are prerequisites for greatness.
That is the law of this universe, and no one escapes it because pain is life. But you can choose what type, either the pain on the road to success or the pain of being haunted with regret.
If you want to win at anything in life, there's one battle you got to win first. The battle inside your mind. Real struggle ain't external shit that's all around you. It ain't the test you got to pass, the race you got to win, the weight you got to lift, the business you got to start, or the bills you got to pay. The real battle is in your mind. Your mind is a battleground, and the real enemy is after one thing, your mind. It's out to worry you, stress you out, break you down. It's out to make you quit. It's out to make you think you can't get up, make you give up on your dreams. The fight you got to win is in your mind. Get to work. Every day start training your mind to believe that you can do anything you want to do and be anyone you want to be. Stay focused, stay motivated, but most importantly, stay strong. If the enemy within is in check, then the enemy outside can do you no harm.
If you want to live your best life, you gotta do me a huge favor. You gotta watch them choices you make. People make bad choices, they wake up and make another bad choice, then they make another bad choice. Now they got a habit of bad choices, right? And they like, how did I get here? Choices. You trying to get to certain places, but you ain't making the choices that's gonna get you there. You all in your feelings. No alarm clock needed. My passion wakes me up. My drive wakes me up. My determination wakes me up. My ability to be, do, and have whatever I want, it wakes me up. What wakes you up? What drives you? Why are you playing this game? You gotta begin with the end in mind. So whatever your dream or your goal is, you gotta wake up every day to it. You gotta go to bed with it. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? You gotta read stuff. The music you listen to, everything you do, gotta pour into that dream. I didn't get to where I am. I didn't get here being lazy. I didn't get here binge watching TV. I didn't get here taking days off. I personally know what it takes. One day I made a decision that enough is enough. I'm tired of being average. I'm tired. I'm tired of being good. I'm tired. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. If you're a student in school, try harder, study harder, and focus more. You got this. That athlete that's out there, and you're not training how you're supposed to. Go 10, 15 minutes harder. 5, 10 more reps. You have to work when no one's watching. You have to train like there is no tomorrow. Day after day after day. You can improve just a little bit every day. That's the effort you need to be great. That's the sacrifice that you have to put in order for you to get to the next level that you need to be at. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. You only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you on. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get you up and get you where you're supposed to be. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live. You gotta keep every single day of my life. I feel like giving 120. Every single day. I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because I'm counting on me. My wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to waste. And your grind has to match your dream. You can't play as much as you used to play. You can't go where you used to go. You can't do what you used to do. And now you gotta pick your grind up. And I need you to wake up every single day, and I need you to use your 24 hours like you've never used it before.
People want to find peace immediately. They want the quick hit, the easy solution, but easy come, easy go. You'll find real peace by engaging in a battle with yourself.
Make a personal declaration and wage a war against being average. You have full control over your mind. You're at the steering wheel of your life. You dictate what you become. You just have to get a grip and demand control. This situation you're in right now, it's uncomfortable, it's miserable, it sucks, but it's manageable.
If you neglect to program yourself, life will program you. To start reinventing your life,
You must consciously and determinedly make a concentrated effort. You must wholeheartedly commit yourself and put everything you've got in it.
But make no mistake about it, it's very challenging to act, to do those things. Sometimes you know what to do, you know you need to do it, but you just don't feel like it. Your feelings will be kicking and screaming that you should just stop.
Most of us yearn for that special feeling of enthusiasm in the morning, feeling like, oh, I feel great this morning. I can't wait to get started on this project, on this job, on this workout. If you're seeking that feeling, let me tell you one thing, it will never come.
You must learn to act even when you don't feel like it. Tap into that savage mentality within you. Do you think a savage cares about their feelings? No! They simply take action, regardless of how they feel. Learn to be your best self, even when you lack the motivation. Stop relying on a feeling to dictate your life. Discipline your mind to get up and get it done no matter what. When things are going bad, those with a savage mindset don't quit. Their only focus is figuring out how to overcome the situation. Quitting is not an option. They strive to thrive, not just survive. It's a commitment, not a feeling. Commitments have nothing to do with your feelings. You do it because you're supposed to. When you get up in the morning, you don't give yourself a choice. You grind no matter what.
When you're just not feeling it, you gotta force yourself. When everything in you is kicking and screaming, you have to take control and tell yourself, I do not stop.
If you stay in bed, if you stay on the couch, if you stay in your comfort zone, if you only do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, if you get up, if you grind, if you are relentless, if you work as hard as possible, when other people are slacking off, your life will be easy.
Don't allow pain to undermine your belief in your potential. Your body hears everything your mind tells it. Any discomfort you experience in a situation is remembered by your body, but it's merely the messenger.
Invest in today for a better tomorrow. That's exactly what we're doing here, being smart about it. Mindset comes first. If we aimlessly go through the motions without knowing our purpose, we end up being average, forgotten, unnoticed. Put an end to that. You must be more intelligent than the average person. You gotta work hard and you gotta work smart. Life doesn't give you what you want. It reflects who you are. That means showing up every single time on time. Why? Because I strive to be the best. It's a binary choice. Either you are or you're not. Either you excel or you simply won't. You either become what you aspire to be or you don't. It's not influenced by external circumstances, but by internal ones.
So get rid of all the excuses and reasons why you think you can't succeed. They are all lies. Every excuse you've ever made in your life is nonsense. Because there are people out there who have faced worse circumstances than you, encountered greater challenges than you, endured more struggles than you, and yet they still accomplish their goals every single day of their lives.
The quality of your life comes down to your level of self-discipline. You have to challenge yourself. You have to discipline yourself. You have to encourage yourself. That is the only way you can master yourself. You cannot change your life overnight. You have to take it step by step. You have to get up when you don't want to get up. You have to work out when you don't feel like working out. You have to study when you know you need to study. Discipline is a muscle that you build every single day of your life. It's your job to maintain it, to do the hard things, and train harder and harder every day to get better and better and build a life of greatness.
Who are you when no one is watching? Are you the one who's up before everybody else? Are you up at midnight, 1 a.m., grinding, putting in miles, putting in those extra reps, putting in that blood, sweat, and tears, working on your craft? Because it's what we do when no one is watching that separates the best from the rest. When you do the things most people aren't willing to do, you'll live the life most people never will. When you look back after working your butt off, you will see that every challenge that was ever put in front of you, all the knockdowns, breakdowns, and every bit of the pain and daily struggles will all be worth it.
The question isn't, can you handle the situation? The question is, can you handle your mind? Can you manage the thoughts and the emotions that are trying to poison your progress? Forget managing the situation. Manage your mind.
Think about the things that you tell yourself, the lies you use to rationalize taking the easy road. I don't have time. I don't have support. I don't have the right equipment. I'm too busy. I'm too tired. I'm too sore. I don't have the energy. I'm just not feeling it. These are all flat out lies. The only thing that's actually stopping you is you.
You mustn't allow your impulses to govern and dictate your reality.
You cannot keep repeating the same foolish mistakes over and over and over and call it your life.
If you think your life is bad, it isn't. No, what's bad is your ability to modify, to make alterations, to make corrections. You fix that, you'll fix your life. If you don't like where you are right now, turn around and look at what you've done. You built every single step to create this. No accidents. Just taking the easy road too many times. Not getting up. Not putting in that extra rep. Not putting in that extra mile. Those are the little inches that add up to be first place or forgotten. But you have the ability to improve, to make a greater effort every single day. You gotta commit to yourself that you're gonna push yourself harder than you ever have, harder than anyone expects of you, harder than you think you can.
Some things won't come instantly to you. You must wear them down through consistent pressure, repeatedly, without stopping. Consistency is having a goal, and when you wake up that day and you don't feel like it, you still do what you told yourself you were gonna do.
Because most days, you'll wake up and not feel pumped up. Most days, you'll wake up and not have the desire to grind. But when you can reach a point where you do it regardless of how you feel, there is no way you won't achieve your goals. I need you to give 120% and do it for the pride of who you are.
Stand up for your dreams. Stand up for what you want in your life.
Because life will reflect back what you give it. What does the successful person do that the average person doesn't? They do everything they're supposed to and a little bit more. They work hard and a little bit more. They earn a little bit more. They save a little bit more. They grind a little bit more. They sweat a little bit more. They do whatever they gotta do and a little bit more. You wanna succeed in this life? You gotta do what you're supposed to and a little bit more. And you can never stop at the finish line.
Many people wish they could do what the greatest people of all time have done, but very few of those people are willing to put the work in to get it.
Nothing worthwhile comes easy. I don't care about the circumstances around you, because it's not what occurs around you that determines your success. It's what occurs within you, and you can't control the elements, but you can control your attitude and your mindset. You have an opportunity right now to make the right decisions. Are you making the decisions to lead you to the NBA, to take you to the NFL, to land you that job you always wanted, to pass that test? It's one thing to dream about it, but it's a whole nother thing to wake up when you know you should wake up, to write when you don't feel like writing that paper, to say no to that party, to say no to quitting when you have 100 more shots to make, to force yourself to execute when your body screams that you stop and you still got 50 more push-ups to go. You can't just talk about it. You must execute. Execution is worshipped. Nearly everyone reaches that point. Nearly everyone overcomes those obstacles. Nearly everyone has some momentum. Almost becomes a way of life for almost everyone. But the people who win, they get it done. They do whatever's required over and over and over for as long as it takes.
Because they're pissed off for greatness. And if you're not pissed off for greatness, that means you're okay with being mediocre.
Mediocre people don't ever do their best. They do the least amount they have to and nothing more. Where the greats do everything they possibly can and keep pushing to find higher levels within themselves. They become unstoppable. To them, every day is a new day to attack without mercy, to put the pressure on, to get aggressive. They realize that practice never makes perfect, but it makes improvement. You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. And so all you gotta do is look for new breakthroughs through practicing more and more and more, and you'll see yourself getting better and better and better. Yes, you're tired. Yes, your mind is saying give up. Yes, it's saying quit. But you cannot quit because you realize you have not reached the goal yet. You have come too far to quit in the process. You have invested too much to quit now. You have lost too much to quit now. Don't cry about it. Don't whine about it. Get a reward for your pain.
If you think you're just gonna have a dream and a goal, and you're just gonna wake up and make it happen, you're dead wrong. Life will beat you down over and over and over.
That dream will always be tested. The pressure in your life right now has a purpose. It's not crushing you. It's pushing what's on the inside of you out. It shows you who you really are.
Life will test you like that. How bad do you really want it? How bad you want it? Huh? I'm gonna take your car.
You will have creditors calling you every day. How focused can you be? You will have judgments fall against you. You're going to lose all of the materialistic things you have. You're going to lose your job. And people who you thought will help you won't be there for you. How positive can you be now? Where is your feeling of being empowered, having the capacity to create now? That's going to happen to you, man.
I don't care what you're facing right now. You can't let the outside circumstances take control. Hold that vision, that idea, that dream so firmly in your mind that you can feel it, that you can taste it, that you can smell it, and just keep walking toward it, no matter what.
Stand courageously, daringly, become bold. In spite of this, I'm not giving up on my dream.
When you're facing those hard times, you've got to decide to stand up inside yourself. You've got to make it your personal mission to fight back, to go down swinging, to wage war against all the negativity going on around you and going on within you. You got to tell yourself, I can do this. I can handle it. I'm going to get through this. I have what it takes. No petty adversity will stop me. Some of you need to get tired. Get tired of the way people make fun of you in your dream. Get tired of the effort you're putting in every day. Get tired of feeling defeated all the time. You should be mad about it because you deserve better. You deserve your dream. But don't just cry about it. Don't just talk about it. Don't just think about it. I want you to get up and do something about it. I want you to put your whole self into that thing you want and stop at nothing to reach it.
If you're not bold, if you're not standing up inside yourself, if you're not willing to call into being the highest and the strongest that's within you when you're facing life's challenges, life will trample you. It will suck the life out of you. Your life will be miserable if you're not living in alignment with who you are.
See, when you discover the truth of this goodness, this power that you have within you, that truth will set you free. You will never be a victim again. That truth will enable you to handle things with a level of equanimity that will surprise you. You will learn how to overcome the world by not buying into what's in front of you.
Don't feel sorry for yourself and trying to organize a pity party. The sharks are part of the program. Keep on moving.
You gotta make up in your mind that I'm better than this. I'm stronger than this. I will survive this. I can live my dream. I can find my purpose in life. I deserve more for myself. This is not gonna be it for my life. When you get to that point, when you have that type of mentality of not beating yourself up because of your mistakes, and instead start looking at the possibility of you doing better, of you making the adjustments, things begin to change in your favor.
You need to understand that you are rare. Nobody is quite like you. You're in a class all by yourself. If you really knew that, you wouldn't be so insecure. You wouldn't be so intimidated. You wouldn't be so vulnerable. There will never be another you. You got a voice like nobody else. You got a fingerprint like nobody else. You got thoughts like nobody else. You are one of a kind.
You gotta believe even when there's no reason to believe. You gotta hold on, you gotta have faith. When everything appears to be going wrong, when you're working on your dreams and people that you love and trust decide to walk out on you, you still gotta believe. When you see those things that you've been working on fall apart in front of your face, you still got to believe. When friends and family who should be a source of strength and encouragement start to tell you you can't do it, you still gotta believe. You might not know how you're gonna do it, but you gotta believe with everything in you that you're gonna make it.
You gotta make up in your mind before you even get to the fight. I don't care what it takes. I don't care how much effort I gotta put in. I don't have the money, I don't have the education, but I won't allow that to stop me. I'm gonna do it.
I need you to look yourself in the face and declare, this is my life. These are my dreams. I can have whatever I want to have. I can be whatever I want to be. I can go wherever I want to go. And whatever is required to do it is already inside of me.
Life will hit you so hard that you're not going to see a way up. You're going to be laying flat on the ground, gasping for air, wondering if this is the end for you. No, it's not. It is not the end for you. You can still come back again. It's going to be very challenging whenever you decide that you want to grow, whenever you decide that you want to go to another level, all break loose.
It's hard. It's not easy. It's hard changing your life. And here's what I want to say to you. For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream.
You're gonna have so many moments where you doubt yourself, where you question if you can still make it. There's gonna be so many rough times. But these times haven't come to stay. They've come to pass.
We all go through problems. They don't have to overwhelm you though. They don't have to take you out. They don't have to make your life miserable. But the real problem you have in your life is that every time you run up against a trial or tribulation, you back off, you run away. And as long as you do that, you'll run away from everything great you can get in life.
You got to get to a point where you look at life and say, you will not beat me.
It's easy to complain. It's easy to point out your circumstances. It's easy to talk about what's happened to you. It's easy to talk about your situation and what you're going through. But if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
Because it's easy to be on the bottom in life. It doesn't take any energy or any drive to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you to pick yourself up and reach for something greater. If you're gonna make it happen, you gotta harness your will and command yourself to act, even when it hurts like hell. I will not stop in the process. I will take everything that happens to me and use it to push me to greatness. You got to say yes to your dreams. Yes to you. You can make it. Doesn't matter how many failures you've made. Doesn't matter how many mistakes you've endured. Doesn't matter about your defeats. Doesn't matter about what you've done. It doesn't matter that you are in a hole now. Doesn't matter where you are. The last chapter to your life hasn't been written yet. If people judge you now, they'll judge you prematurely. You haven't exposed all your stuff yet. You're still in the process of transforming your life. You're still in the process of becoming.
Some of you are phenomenally skilled, but it is a phenomenal will that says every time I get knocked down, I will get back up and I will succeed. I will not surrender.
Where you are is temporary. You will not be there for the rest of your life. It might last for a second. It might last for a day. It might last for a week. It might last for months. But sooner or later, if you don't give up, if you don't give in, it will subside.
You are great. You are unique. You are special. You are talented. And you deserve to have everything you want. And stop listening to the people who tell you you don't. Cut them off. What do they know? They don't know what the possibilities are for your life. Nobody knows that. You have unlimited potential. It takes a lot of guts to pick yourself up when you experience setbacks and people don't see the vision and people are laughing at you and they're doubting you. All those people are gonna think you're crazy. It takes guts to stand in the face of that. But no guts, no glory.
Most people, when they get rejected, it takes their power away and they become discouraged. They lose their spirit. They lose their energy. But if you want to become an uncommon person, you've got to go further than most people will ever go.
Behind every adversity, there's a blessing and a lesson. Pain always leaves a gift. The depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. You're supposed to react. You're supposed to respond. You're supposed to be down for a quick minute, but you get back up. You don't stop, and you keep standing. No matter how rough the sea, you keep standing. No matter what, you don't give up.
And when those obstacles in front of you tell you to quit, you tell them, I will break you before you break me. You will not destroy me. I have come too far to quit. I'm gonna get a reward for my pain.
Time is limited. How many Wednesdays do you have left? How many months? How many weeks? How many years? How many minutes? That clock is ticking, and it's gonna run out. There's people with dreams, incredible dreams, beautiful dreams, heartwarming dreams, but who executes? Without execution, those dreams are nothing. Without execution, those goals are nothing. Without execution, those ideas are nothing. Without execution, you become nothing.
How strong is your movement? What time do you wake up in the morning? What time do you go to sleep? And how much time do you waste throughout the day?
The plan, the idea, the thought doesn't matter. If you want to win, you have to execute. So what are you doing with your time? Are you doing something productive? Are you moving towards a goal? Making yourself better? Or are you letting time slip by, wasted, consuming garbage with no purpose and no point? Stop wasting time and get after it.
It's little decisions that put you on the right path.
Are you working out today or sleeping in? Are you studying today or wasting time? Are you making yourself better today or slacking off? When you make your decision, make the right decision.
What would happen to your life if you decided to stop counting the costs? If you started doing whatever is required? If you stopped holding yourself back?
What could you be if you worked as hard as you could? What could you be if you imposed real discipline in your life? I say you crank up the volume on that voice. Crank up the volume on that question. Max it out. And then go get some.
You got to get to the point where you don't care how it feels. You don't care whether you want to do it, whether you don't want to do it, whether it's easy, whether it's hard. None of that matters. All that matters is that you get it done every single day. You do whatever it takes.
So if you're running 30 miles a week, run 33. If you're swimming 500 meters, swim 550. If some of you aren't doing you're 10% just getting off the couch. The more you walk away from accountability, the weaker you become. Find yourself in the grip of life. You can't find yourself by doing nothing.
When you get to that point, it's not just a mindset. It becomes a fucking lifestyle. You become an unstoppable disciplining machine, and you create a life of greatness.
That's why I'm successful. I got that dog. After 20 years of doing it, I still got that dog. And with that dog, I execute. Sharks are hunters and predators. They never stop swimming. In fact, if a shark stops swimming, it will die. If a shark goes backwards, it will die. Think like a shark, act like a shark, and behave like a shark. In order for you to rise up, you better take your game to the next level. Your mindset needs to go to the next level. Your information needs to go to the next level. I'm going to think, I'm going to execute, and I'm going to win. I'm going to execute what I've been trained to do. And that's how you get to the next level.
If you want to be great, if you want to reach a level others will be measured by, you've got to be willing to work every single waking hour. You've got to be obsessed. You've got to be willing to get it done or die trying. Rest when you must. Recover when needed. But don't ever stop grinding. Never take your foot off the gas. Never stop. Never quit. You got to dedicate every single hour of every single day, of every single week, of every fucking year for many years to reach greatness.
When you are consistently hammering on that project, on that goal, on that dream, you will no longer be dreaming about success. You'll be living it.
The thing that's different about people who win consistently across the course of their life is that we expect the wins to happen all the time. They don't come as a surprise. Wins don't shock winners. They aren't amazed when they got a win any more than Michael Jordan was amazed when he hit a game-winning shot. That's what he expected. That's what we focused on. That's what we acted to do. That's what we worked to do. And because of all those things, we expect to win every time. Zero exceptions. True winners, they never lose focus. They always focus on the goal. They always focus on the process, and they always focus on being the absolute best that they can. The greatest of all time, the Tom Bradys, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants of the world. They might celebrate hard, but they don't celebrate long. Come Monday, come the next morning, they're back at it. They're focused, they're undistracted, they're driven, they're enjoying their progress, they're enjoying their wins, but they're not over celebrating them. And that's the attitude you have to have toward a single victory if you want to make it a lifestyle and a lifetime of winning.
Think about the things that you tell yourself, the lies you use to rationalize taking the easy road. You don't have time. You don't have support. You don't have the equipment or the gear. You're too busy, and you're too tired, or you're too sore, or you're just plain not feeling it. Lies, lies, lies.
You cannot let your impulses govern and rule your life. I just don't want you to make the same stupid mistakes over and over and over again and call it life.
I don't want you to keep doing dumb stuff and say, my life is miserable. No, your life is not miserable. Your ability to edit, to make adjustments, to make corrections is messed up.
If you don't like where you are right now, turn around and look at what you've done. You've built every single step to create this. No accidents. Just taking the easy road too many times, not getting up, not going for that extra rep, putting that extra mile in. The little inches of life that add up to be first place or forgotten.
Consistency is having a goal, and when you wake up that day and you don't feel like it, you still do what you told yourself you was gonna do. It is the days you don't feel like doing it, but you look at your wife, you look at your kids, and you realize that I am where I am because of other people's sacrifice. I gotta get up and make it happen, even though I don't wanna get up and make it happen.
You're gonna wake up most days and not be pumped up. You're gonna wake up most days and not feel like doing it. But when you can get to a point that you do it anyway, then there's no way you won't reach any of your goals.
When you master yourself, you put yourself in a position that a lot of people can't do what you do, and then you become rare, and diamonds are rare. That's why they cost so much.
This has everything to do with pride.
You gotta take pride.
I need you to give 120% and do it for the pride of who you are.
Because life is gonna give you back what you give it. And your problem is you're not intentional and deliberate. You wake up on Monday and you might be strong, but by Wednesday, you're not intentional and deliberate. You are hoping that the best is gonna happen to you, and the best never happens to you. You gotta decide that you're gonna do something, and you gotta do it every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday. The problem with some of you in this room, you're a good person that just hopes the good stuff is gonna happen to you.
If dreams were easy, everybody would make them happen. The problem is that most people, they can't get up in the morning. They ain't got no energy. Some stuff is just, you gotta be powerful. You wake up, take you 3 weeks to do what it can take 24 hours to do. It don't make you a bad person, but you're gonna forever be average, because to be great, you got to keep up.
What does a $500,000 a year person do that $50,000 a year person doesn't do? He does everything he's supposed to and a little bit more. He works hard and a little bit more. He makes money a little bit more. He saves money a little bit more. There's no easy way to the top. If you want to win in this life, you got to do what you're supposed to and a little bit more, and you can't ever stop at the finish line. You know what you got to do to hit a golf ball like me? You got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You go down and you hit 1,000 golf balls. You hit so many golf balls that your hands starts bleeding. Then you run up to the clubhouse, you wash that blood off your hand, you slap a bandage on it, and you go down and you hit another 1,000 golf balls. Yeah, you'd love to hit a golf ball like me if it was easy. Well, nothing good comes easy.
I don't care what's going on around you, because it's not what happens around you that determines your success. It's what happens inside you. And you can't control the elements, but you can control your attitude and you can control your mindset.
You get one shot. You better make the kind of decisions that's gonna take you to the NBA. You better make the right decisions that's gonna take you to the NFL. It's one thing to dream about your destiny, but it's another thing to wake up when you know you're supposed to wake up, to write when you don't feel like writing that paper, to say no to that party, saying no to quitting when you still got 100 more shots to make, saying no when your body said stop, but you put in 50 more push-ups. You can't just talk about it, you gotta be about it.
Almost everybody gets there. Almost everybody's over the hump. Almost everybody has it going. Almost is a way of life to almost everybody, but the winners, they do it. What do? They do whatever it takes to get the job done. They do it and do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to have achieved something unique and how glad they are that they didn't quit like everybody else.
And I'm telling you, you have not given yourself enough credit to say, I just need to get up a half hour earlier and my whole life will change. I just need to get up 1 hour early. I just need to work 1 hour longer. I need to stop hitting that snooze button. If you were to make that one change, that one sacrifice, you would stop dreaming and start living it.
What do you want in your marriage? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? How much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it.
The only way anything great ever gets done in this world, commitment, consistency.
Oh, imagine that, doing it every day? You're saying I can't do it anymore for 2 weeks and then quit? Most of you in here, you're quitters. You don't have consistency, you don't have control, you don't have discipline.
You want to be a champion, but you don't want to work like a champion. I dare you to give 120% and stop choking. Most of you won't be successful not because you can't do it, but you can't outlast your old you long enough to get to your new you. I challenge you just to give a month where you say, for 30 straight days, every practice I'm putting in 120%. When I'm tired, I'm gonna keep going. You can't buy discipline, you can't buy drive, you can't buy effort either.
No matter how hard you work, there is somebody inside of you that works even harder. No matter how dedicated you are, there's somebody inside you that's more dedicated. No matter how committed you are, there's somebody inside of you that's more committed. I'm trying to get you to push yourself to a point that you have never been to before. Because when you get to that point, you're gonna propel to another dimension of your life.
Can't nobody stop you but you. You're not average, stop acting like it. You're not average. Why you being average? You're not average. Why you being good when you're not good? You great. When you gonna step up to the plate? You're greater than that.
What could you be if you worked as hard as you could? What could you be if you imposed real discipline in your life? What could you be?
I want to see how far I can go. I want to see what I can accomplish. I want to see what I can do, what I can be, what I can have. I want to see what my life would look like if I didn't count the cost. You get to a point where you don't count the cost. You just do whatever it takes to get whatever you want. Every single day when I wake up, every minute of the day, every hour of the day, I have an opportunity to give 120%, to give blood, sweat, and tears. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity I have to reprove myself again, because the day you become content is the day you die. It's all or nothing. It's all day, every day. What you did last week don't count. Today is the only important day. You got 86,400 seconds in a day. And what you do today is going to determine how far you go. What do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want?
Sometimes it ain't about who the most talented and gifted. When talent meets talent, talent is no longer enough. Now it's about who has character. Now it's about who has integrity. Now it's about who's dedicated, who's committed. Now it's about who's gonna show up on time. Now it's about who's willing to do extra.
It only takes one extra push-up. It only takes one extra mile. It only takes one extra grade. It only takes one extra effort. It only takes one extra something to get you to where you're trying to get to. And the goal is you gotta go a little further than the man who's trying to get what you're trying to get. You have to outwork them. You gotta outgrind them. You gotta get up earlier. You gotta stay up later. You gotta embody excellence.
So you gotta prepare yourself. You've got to develop yourself. You've got to practice. You've got to work. You've got to do your homework. You got to do your research. It's not easy, but through practice and practice and practice, practice makes improvement. And competency builds confidence. And confidence feeds into competency. See, the better you become, the more confident you feel. And the more confident you feel, the better you want to become. You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. You'll never hit a state of perfection. You're always bigger than what you do. You realize that you have no ceiling, that you can better whatever you've done so far. You can go beyond that. You don't become cocky and arrogant, feeling that you've already arrived, as most people have. No, as long as you're breathing, you got some more work to do. There's something else for you to achieve.
And I can tell you right now, there's going to be lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of times, in fact, the majority of the time, that you are not going to wake up in the morning and say, I can't wait. I can't wait to go get my... That's not going to happen. So you have to say, hey, I'm going to do this regardless of how I feel. I'm going to execute, even if I'm having a bad day, even if it's going wrong. Mine is getting done day in and day out. And that is the secret sauce about winning. Shift your mindset from, I got to feel like doing it, to it doesn't matter if I feel like doing it. I'm going to get it done anyway. Do you have the capacity to execute at a high standard when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it? Because when you don't feel like it is when everybody else quits. And that's when you widen the gap between yourself and everybody else. I'm competing against Joe down the street. And when he comes in on his 4 days and he doesn't feel like it, he does half-ass. But on my 4 days, I'm executing at the highest level because I've developed that skill set of discipline to do so. Over time, I'm going to widen that gap further and further and further away from that dude. And this is how the game works. It is legitimately a mathematical equation. How many days did you win? How many days did they win? It's not luck, it is math. And if you can push yourself to perform on a high level every single day of your life, regardless of how you feel, you'll look around and realize you're the winner.
Here's the truth. This is the reality. Nobody's going to believe in you until you've already done it. Nobody's going to come and celebrate with you until you've already done it. The work is going to come before the belief, which means you're going to have to work for a long time by yourself with no applause, with no awards, with nobody telling you good job. Because if you really want to believe in you, go out and build something great.
I just beat me. This ain't about nobody else. It's not about nobody else. I just beat me. If I can keep beating myself, then that means that I'm in a battle with the only person that I really want and beat, and that's me. If I can continue to outdo me from the day before, then I'm ahead.
My number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you.
I'm obsessed with improvement. Every day I'm getting better. There are those of you with phones, and every new phone that comes out, you get it. Every upgrade, you get it. Every piece of software, you get it. You are upgrading your technology, and you've not upgraded yourself. Your value system says you believe in sleep more than you believe in grinding. You are a consumer and not a producer. And if you're going to go to the next level, your values are going to have to change. We do not retreat. We do not give up. We do not surrender. And the reason why most of you are not successful is because every single time stuff not going your way, you give up, you quit, you let go, and people feel weakness. They feel it. You can feel when somebody's not committed, when they're not all in, when they're not dedicated. And there's another level you get to when you go all in. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream.
Every single day you wake up, you got to give it all you got. You got it 120%. Don't fool yourself into thinking that this year is going to be better than last year if you still making excuses. There are no excuses. You got to work for it. You got to put forth 120%. You can have it, you can be it, you can do it. But you got to accept the challenge.
What are you doing to make your next effort your best effort? Are you reaching deep down inside to fight through everything that you're going through right now? Or are you settling to be where you are at this current moment? Now is not the time to complain. Now is the time to maintain that dream. You need to work an hour longer. You need to run just a little faster. You need to put 5 more pounds on the rack. That's the effort you need to be great. That's the sacrifice that you have to put in order for you to get to the next level that you need to be at, in order for you to be remembered.
As hard as you're going to work for yourself, you're going to find yourself in conflict working against yourself. Assignments that you will be given, you will find ways to get busy and not to do them, or to become distracted, or let any kind of excuse stop you from honoring a commitment to yourself. Just watch this. Just observe yourself.
You sabotage your own potential through procrastinating, through not taking care of business, not spending your time wisely, squandering your time looking at a lot of idle television, or spend all your time lamenting and complaining about how bad things are, using your energy negatively rather than positively, complaining rather than producing.
Things I know I should do, I don't do. Things I shouldn't do, I do. I found that the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself.
There's so many distractions out here, and all type of strategies that keep you distracted, algorithms, all kinds of stuff.
You want your dream? You gotta cut the noise. You gotta not be like everybody else. You gotta put away all the social media, all the apps that are fighting for your attention, and you gotta boil it down to exactly what it is you're trying to achieve.
You have to find a routine and stick with it.
Every single one of you has an opportunity every single day to make these small daily acts of excellence, optimization, and creativity that will ultimately build a life of greatness. It's about what you do every single day with utter consistency that over time creates mastery.
I am an underdog, and for a living, I have destroyed people who are more talented than me, who are distracted.
I stay focused and intent and intense to purposely destroy people who are more talented than me, who are distracted. And most people get just enough talent to feel like they win, and then they let distractions come on in this world because they let their damn guard down. Knock it off. Stay focused. We need to go through a season right now of saying no. If what you're doing today doesn't match that goal, it's got to go away.
Every multi-millionaire and every multi-billionaire in this world have all decided that I'm going to commit myself to this career, this vision, this goal, training, education, no parties. They're going to call you names. They're going to say that you're a weirdo because you know nobody. Those are the characteristics of a champion. Those are the characteristics of someone that have said that I have decided that I'm going to create a shift in this universe.
I'm going to force myself to get up early and practice. I'm going to force myself to lift weights. I'm going to force myself to study. Because when you do that, you don't have to worry about rewards when you're doing the work. When you're doing the work, the rewards will come. Rewards come after you work, not before. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. You have no control over rain, no control over the snow, no control over the temperature. What I'm asking you to do to blow up this year, I'm asking you to control what you can control. You can control going to bed. You can control getting up. You can control being on time. You can control going to class. You can control showing up. You can control doing your homework. You can control your attitude. You can control being nice. You can control doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it.
What's your state? Are you in a state of focus? Are you pumped up? Are you breathing deeply? Are you lasered in on something? Are you completely in there? Or is your state a distracted, diverted state? Hunched over, watching TV, looking at your phone. All of that stuff distracts us. Or are you in a state totally pumped up, totally focused on your dreams, lasered in?
We got enough power, we misdirect it. We think of too many unimportant things. Our mind's shooting all over the place.
If you focus on something every single day and you ask yourself, how can I improve it? And you demand from yourself that somehow it has to get better, you will master that area of focus. I don't care what it is.
You're only limited by weakness of attention. All you need is to give it your full attention, the will to do it. See, the will gives us the ability to concentrate. If you can think it, and you can let yourself get emotionally involved with it, and you stay focused on it, you can have it.
Get the thing that you want more than anything else riveted in your mind, and then take every bit of information and relate it to the goal.
You don't have to be perfect, but what you have to do is perfect the day. You'll never be perfect. As long as you're alive, there's always progress. You can always get better, but listen to me. I want you to practice perfecting the 24 hours, 60 minutes in a day, 1,440 seconds. That's what I want you to concentrate on. I want you to concentrate on the now. When I get up in the morning, I try to perfect the day. I try to do what I didn't do the day before. I try to do what I didn't do last year. I try to do what I didn't do the year before. I'm trying to be responsible for the now. I'm trying to perfect the now. I'm trying to look at each second and make sure I'm doing something each second. I want to make sure each minute I'm doing something each minute. I want to make sure every hour I'm doing something every hour. I want to make sure in that day I'm getting something done. On Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, that I'm effective. I need you to stop trying to do it big. I need you to fall in love with small, and guess what? Big gonna be attracted to you. If you fall in love with every second, every minute, every hour of the day, and you focus on the now, you master the now. You become an expert of the now. If you perfect every day, if you perfect every opportunity, if you perfect every skill, I guarantee you're gonna have it, you're gonna be it, you're gonna do it.
Your brain is being controlled every second of every day. The question is, are you controlling it, or is something else? What is enslaving you? What's trapping you? What's controlling your thoughts, your ideas? Is it the internet drawing you in and controlling your time? Is it numbing your brain and diminishing your desires? Are you proactively thinking about things? Because you should be. Don't get caught off guard. Think about what is going on. Because in this day and age, right now, if you aren't careful, you can slide down the path of least resistance, the path to weakness. Over time, it catches up. You end up out of shape, you end up broke, you ended up with wasted time and wasted life. Life will happen to you
instead of life happening for you. Do not allow that. Just do not allow that. You have to take control. You've got to do something to get control of your brain. Turn off that autopilot. Grab the wheel and steer your habits and your routines and steer your life in the direction you actually want to go. You need to audit yourself, but you need to do it with the truth. What are you doing right now? Are you not doing anything? Are you doing something stupid? Or are you making progress? What are you doing right now? You cannot lie to yourself, even in the littlest way. You gotta run the numbers. You gotta account for everything. If you tell yourself the truth, and the truth is, I'm not happy with where I'm at. The truth is, I can do more. The truth is, I can be in better shape. The truth is, I can work harder than I'm working right now. The truth is, I can do more for my family. The truth is, I can do much better than I'm doing right now. If that's the real truth, if that's what you believe, you won't have to find more discipline. Discipline will find you. It will wake you up in the morning.
One of the greatest disciplines that you can exercise is constantly training your brain to only focus on desirable outcomes. Where would you be in your business, your life, your health if you were only creating desirable outcomes?
You want to do big. Let me explain the difference between you and everyone else. Your plan and the discipline in which you enforce it in. If you're going to physically write out your plan and you're going to say, this is what I'm going to do now. You create a solid plan. When it gets uncomfortable, when the temptation to deviate comes in, to not trust the plan, you don't change. All you have to do is make a freaking plan and then not deviate from it. How many hours are you gonna work? What's your energy gonna be like? What is it gonna look like every freaking day? Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Most of you never get to the big compound effect of the hard work because you keep deviating from the freaking plan. You keep not showing up with the intensity in which you need to come with.
The secret is to make a plan, execute the plan, become obsessed with the plan, and make it your entire life from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed for 20 years. Successful people look at a huge project, a huge dream, a huge goal, and instead of cowering down and making excuses to why it can't be done, they make a plan. And they execute on that plan weekly, daily, hourly, 24/7, 365 until they get what they're after.
It's always a result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. You have to have stamina this year. Because every time you stop, every time you start, every time you stop, every time you start, you're messing up your momentum. And so I want you to have the stamina, figure out what your pace is. Don't operate at anybody else's pace. Find your pace, and you stay at that pace. One of the ways to be successful is to do it and do it every day and commit to every day. Whether you feel good or you don't feel good. Because success is not a feeling. I'm just saying, whatever you do, be on time and be consistent.
If you're gonna get anything great in this life, you're gonna have to become a freaking savage. I want you guys to work with so much passion and so much intensity and so much energy that people question why you're doing this. The reason why the 99% don't do it is because it's comfortable to not work your plan. It is very uncomfortable to work your plan because your plan was made to make you successful, and only uncomfortable being done gets you successful. Uncomfort pays. Comfort kills.
Every single day is a win or a loss. Did you do what you needed to do today? Because that's all that matters. And when you string enough wins in a row, you create a habit of winning. You are in control. There is no magic. There is no luck. It's one day at a time, one win at a time, until you make winning who you are.
It does not matter how long it takes. They reward you for being mentally tough.
Every successful person has the habit of doing the things failures don't like to do.
Successful people do what they have to do, whether they feel like it or not. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you're overwhelmed. You find out a way to overcome that challenge, and you make that happen.
Productivity is never an accident. If you do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every single day, if you keep grinding, you're gonna make your dreams a reality. But you gotta be obsessed with it.
I need you to know that the stuff that you want, millions of people want the same thing you want and will never get it. So why, you, and how? Only one way. Total immersion. Become a freak. Guys, I want to crack you open and I want to see that you're crazy. Because only crazy people make it.
Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gon' fly.
I used to be upset because I wasn't getting where I wanted to get to, and then I realized you're not devoted to it. You're not giving 120%. You need to devote, which means you get all your energy, all your time, all your resources to a specific thing. You cut everything off. Focus.
Dive into something with more passion, with more dedication than you have ever done in your entire life.
You need to work the hours no one else is willing to. You need to study harder than anyone else is willing to. You need to put more effort in on that project than anyone else would even think to. Because you're not aiming to meet people's expectations. You're aiming to amaze them. You can only become the best by outworking everybody else. Your level of dedication determines how far you will go.
You have to develop yourself and keep improving your game when everybody else is taking time off, relaxing.
It is the days you don't feel like doing it, but you look at your wife, you look at your kids, you look at the country, and you realize that I am where I am because of other people's sacrifice. I gotta get up and make it happen, even though I don't want to get up and make it happen.
To live the life only 1% of people do, you have to do what 99% of people won't. If you don't like where you are right now, turn around and look at what you've done. You built every single step to create this. No accidents. Just taking the easy road too many times, not getting up, not going for that extra rep, putting that extra mile in, the little inches of life that add up to be first place or forgotten.
The only thing you do for success is sweat, it's tears. There are no shortcuts to success. Stop thinking there are. And stop wanting people to put you somewhere you didn't earn. You want the lifestyle, but you don't want to earn it. You gotta earn this. There is a price tag to greatness. You will have to work for every single thing you get. And you gotta work every single day. I need specifics. What are you doing on Monday? What are you doing on Tuesday? What are you doing on Wednesday? If you're going to get your personal freedom, you gotta go get it. You gotta go earn it. They ain't giving it away. The dream is real, but the lifestyle is realer. You want your dream to go on sale, it's never gonna go on sale. But if you want to be average, they giving the average out. They got discounts on goods. But if you want to be great, you gotta pay. You gotta pay sweat, you gotta pay tears, and you gotta pay every single day, every single time. There are no shortcuts to greatness. To be great, there are no days off. You cannot cheat success. You gotta work for it. You gotta breathe it. You gotta sleep it. You gotta eat it. You gotta put forth 120%.
It takes dedication, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes obsessive, compulsive, ridiculous amounts of effort. I realized I was on the right path because it stopped being easy. I'm tired, but I'm not gonna complain because this is what I signed up for. So I'm gonna smile with goddamn tired eyes and realize everything I'm doing on a daily basis is for a reason.
You have to want it enough to give your all for it. There are no free lunches in life. You eat what? Don't expect anyone to give you anything. I'm not the best and I'm not the brightest, but I have the heart and the drive of a champion. The question is, do you?